that just maybe been here a day or two too long.
Definitely. Our loss is your gain. Most of these vehicles are newer vehicles that still have manufacturer warranty. They've just been here a little too long, and I've got to make room for new inventory that's coming in. So come and see us at Harry Robinson Salisbury Ford. You want to talk about some new inventory, Tommy? I mean, the new F-150 is 0% interest for 60 months. So come and see us, Harry Robinson Salisbury Ford. This is where you're going to find your best deal on your new or your pre-owned vehicle.
Yes, whether it's new or pre-owned, it's the Black Friday sales event with big savings. Harry Robinson's Salisbury Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisbury. Online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see sunny skies. Our high temperatures this afternoon will reach the upper 40s, north mid 50s south. Partly cloudy sky later on tonight. And overnight low will drop down into the low 30s north, right around the low to mid 30s south, and sunshine, a high low to mid 50s Thanksgiving Day. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. This is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
Are you sure this is legal? I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that can respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. My heart, dog. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
But they were one Razorback. It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Oh, man, you kind of expect these days before Thanksgiving, at least when it comes to what you're doing for work, pretty laid back and chill. Although this is a day you got to travel potentially, got to pack up all your stuff. If you're hosting people, there's nothing chill about today because you got to make sure you make your 3 or 4 trips to the grocery store. And then, hey, when there's certain people that show up at your house or you show up at certain people's houses, might automatically start some stress. So, I don't know. Today would be a good day to kind of let it all out and enjoy the lack of I think the stress that I wouldn't be feeling today. I'm not hosting anybody downtown Nashville for a second day on halftime. Welcome in at 11:01. Phil Elson, Matt Jones, Kristen Johnston. Good morning, guys. Happy pre-Thanksgiving. I mean, like Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. Nobody calls this Thanksgiving Eve. This is usually. In this like Friendsgiving Day, where people do Friendsgiving sometime during the week. So we have our own little personal Friendsgiving with the three of us.
Yeah, happy 26th and 7th. So there we go. Just keep it going.
Oh, that's right. It is 26th and 7th. Well done. Already getting in on kind of the joke of the day on Hunter's appearance on the college football playoff show last night, which I was in the middle of calling Arkansas's win over Drake in the women's basketball Music City Classic. So, and I've also, Matt, made a point to not watch the playoff show. I mean, I'm going to watch all the games. I'm interested in the rankings, but it's it's about 30 minutes to an hour of your life that I think you'd like to get back in some cases. But I did see the clip, and it's a little bit it's uneasy, I guess. Hey, if you're a middle-aged person and you're trying to get in on the young person's joke, you never look like you fit in ever.
That's true. That's very true. As talking to a fellow old person here, just never felt older than each day. But I'm looking around at some games, Phil, that are just going to be just some amazing games. And Ohio State, Michigan, obviously that's an amazing game. If Michigan beats Ohio State, would that be the best win? I know you said the Oregon win was the best win of the year. Would that be the best win. Does Michigan get in with beating Ohio State going 10-2? Would just all chaos would.
I think they would. I don't see how you couldn't. Really, I mean, it's like the idea of an SEC team not making it in with 2 losses. You may end up seeing that this year if Michigan beats Ohio State, which I don't expect to see it. I was kind of thinking about that. There's a good bet Vanderbilt's left out, even with an upset win. I don't want to call it an upset necessarily, but even with a win over Tennessee, with all that's happening in the other leagues, and that you still have 5 automatic qualifiers from conference championships, there aren't going to be 6 SEC teams that get in. So Vanderbilt would end up being on the outside looking in. And I tell you what they would need at that point, and I know the coaches have complained about it a little bit, but this is the reason you had to do it, because it will provide some more clarity in these rankings, is that 9th SEC game. That's what Vanderbilt would want if you want to, put something else on display that you belong amongst the playoff 12. It's a win against whatever SEC team you'd be throwing in front of them. Not their win over Virginia Tech. Whoever's left. I know the coaches look at this 9th game as a negative, because all it does is it adds another loss in their eyes. But it also adds another win for another team too. Vandy could use it. So I don't know. I kind of think that at least in this case, that ninth game probably be a good thing for Vanderbilt.
Man, it's just it's getting set up to be 16 or 24. I looked at Vanderbilt's schedule, and Christian and I talked about it that day you were gone for a little bit, and the biggest win for Vanderbilt would be if they beat Tennessee at Tennessee, because they beat South Carolina, they beat Missouri, they beat LSU. They didn't beat any. They lost to Texas, and then Alabama's the only playoff team that they played, and they got destroyed. So, I think it's tough, man. I don't see how a team goes in the SEC goes 10-2 and doesn't make it. But I actually have Tennessee beating Vanderbilt this weekend, so it'll work itself out.
What about for you? What if Michigan did beat Ohio State? When they belong in then at that point, you probably got 4 teams out of the Big 12. Out of the Big 10.
The thing is, whose spot do they take? Because Oklahoma beat Michigan, heads up. And so, A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, Alabama, those are the 4 that everybody says they're in, right? Like, no question about it. A&M, Georgia, Ole Miss, and Alabama's in. So would you put Oklahoma? I don't think Michigan can jump Oklahoma.
What if Texas beats Texas A&M? They would
then
probably...
Texas gets to go to the 4th place. So they're still not getting in.
They're a Citrus Bowl team at that point. That's right. And all this to say that there's going to be a team that probably belongs on the inside of this playoff that's looking out, because you got to have a group of 5 team in, the charity choice, which really they don't even. I'm sorry, they don't belong in that playoff conversation. Any of those teams, truthfully, and you think about that, Matt. I mean, you're talking about potentially Michigan and Oklahoma here, 2 of the biggest names in the sport over the decades. They played each other. There's a data point in all of that. But also, if Michigan beats Ohio State, hey, Oklahoma beat Alabama, and yet we're supposed to worry about Tulane and North Texas. Like, come on. That's also just indicative of this ridiculous industry of college football that has no clue how to create a national champion. Well, Matt, there are reports. Hey, your former coworker Trey Schapp was the first to report Arkansas has hired Alex Golesh as the head coach of Arkansas football.
Wow.
It's and I think Trey Biddy has confirmed it from whatever source he would have. So it's trickling out. Eric Morris was announced. Well, I don't say announced, but at least confirmed by Oklahoma State yesterday. I guess the Hogs were in on him, depending on what it is you choose to be led to believe. But maybe Golesh was the guy that they really wanted first and foremost. I don't know. But it does seem, Matt, that here on the day before Thanksgiving, we're probably going to have an idea of who the coach is going to be. And it's one of the names that was brought up weeks ago, when Sam was let go.
Yeah, I don't know much about Alex Golesh, so I'll learn in real time. And the thing I do know is Florida has a plethora of talent. I mean, it is ridiculous how much talent the state of Florida has in it. And so hopefully he's, relationships, being able to evaluate talent, and get some of those athletes and get some of that speed, get some people up here in the SEC. So, I mean, you think about, Alex Collins, a Florida kid. There's been a lot of Florida kids come up to Arkansas and play well.
I know we know he's born in Russia, in Moscow specifically, and immigrated over, I think just before the fall of the Soviet Union, or right around the time.
So David Hasselhoff wasn't there yet.
Right. And he went to Ohio State, played high school ball in Ohio, and started his coaching career as a student assistant while he was a student at Ohio State. He's an offensive guy, worked for would have been Heupel at UCF. That was his first job as an offensive coordinator. Before that, coached tight ends, running backs, special teams at Illinois and Toledo. And then, with Heupel, things kind of exploded for him one year, the 2020 season at UCF, and then he joined him at Tennessee for a couple of years, and now he's been 3 years at South Florida and has turned a program that the year before he started there was 1-11, got him to a bowl game the very next year. He's had 3 winning seasons in a row from a program that had won 4 games in the 3 years before he joined them.
Some of my favorite soccer players are Eastern European bloc. I love it. I mean, there's just a griminess. There's a leadership quality. There's a no nonsense about Eastern European bloc soccer players. Maybe he's the same way. I would have to think so. Struggle for life. Everything that happens. I love it. I think that's a good hire.
And also too. So I know if Eric Morris is going to be the Oklahoma State coach, but he's going to coach North Texas through their American Championship game, and then if they win it, they'll be the entry in the group of 5 into the playoffs. So he's going to have to run 2 programs at once: game planning, recruiting for a team that he's going to leave, and try to hold all that thing together. And man, that's got to be, I don't know, it's the same idea as maybe Lane Kiffin this week. But at the same time, he's got to recruit for his new team, build a staff for the new team, and everything. And you won't have to worry about that with Alex Golesh. If this report is true, like whatever bowl game USF would play in, he wouldn't be coaching there. He would join the Hogs pretty much next week, is the way that I would see it.
Are we giving C-Movie the 1963 James Bond 007 from Russia with Love? Is that going to be his holiday
that's not a bad
Sean
choice.
Connery?
I like this idea. How many Bond movies has he seen before? The real era of Bond, when it was Connery and Roger Moore. Did you ever watch any of those?
That's a good
movies?
holiday right there.
Yeah,
I've seen at least one James Bond movie.
At least one.
Yeah.
At least one. Do you know which one it was?
Anthony Kiedis.
It's details. Don't worry about it. Well, you've got 3 hours for you to remember the title of that movie, so just stick it in the back pocket. I'll ask you later on, probably around the same time that I ask you who the 4 Beatles are for the 87th time in the last year. Halftime on this Wednesday on a Thanksgiving Eve-ish sort of a day. Gosh, it's gorgeous outside here in Nashville. Just absolutely gorgeous. Yesterday it rained. It's a beautiful day to be staring out the window, talking about Alex Golesh with all of my friends on ESPN Arkansas, which will include Clay Henry, the Hall of Famer and Emmy Award winner, starting at 12 noon, joining us for a couple of hours. And after this break, we got Grant Hall to talk about all of this on halftime.
Text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse. Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got trophies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25.
Turkey, football, bad decisions. The Holy Trinity. MyBookie just gives you a chance to make it all profitable. This week, MyBookie is loading the table with cash drops, boosted lines, and same-game parlays. Capped off with a bomb on Black Friday. The return of the lock of the season. One trip to the end zone and you double your money. And if you're watching the games with friends, they'll give you an extra bonus every time one of them signs up and makes a deposit. Start with our promo code, HOGS, HOGS, when you sign up and grab a welcome bonus to get ahead. Load up, lock in, and enjoy the feast at MyBookie.
Got a little jingle.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it. Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, within the last 15 minutes, Bobby Petrino has released a well-crafted 4-paragraph statement thanking Razorback fans. And there it is. Thank you for your support. Starts with second chances are hard to come by in this business and ends with respect and appreciation. Bobby Petrino, WPS. We'll read most of it later on once we get into this. We got Grant Hall on the Lewis Automotive Hotline with us.
We're efforting.
Efforting Grant Hall. Okay. Because I know Grant texted he'd be with us today, so I'll just read this statement. This is right off of Bobby Petrino's Twitter account. Second chances are hard to come by in this business, and I know how rare it is to return to a place that's always meant so much. Being back on the Arkansas sideline has been both an honor and a privilege, and I've appreciated every day of it. No matter how this weekend turns out, my pride in this team won't change. The players showed up, went to work, faced adversity the right way, and stayed committed to each other. That's all any coach can ask for. I'm equally proud of our staff who never settled for excuses and instead showed up every day, kept the standard high, and gave these players every ounce they had. And to the Razorback fans, thank you. You welcome me back with the same pride and passion that make this place so unique. You stood by this team, you showed up, and you reminded me why Arkansas isn't just a job, it's a family. Whatever the future holds, I'll always be grateful for the opportunity to lead this team again and to be a part of the Arkansas community once more. From my family to yours, I wish you, everyone, a safe and blessed Thanksgiving with respect and appreciation. Bobby Petrino, WPS. So there it is. There it is. It's a classy statement. And he will not be the head coach of Arkansas football moving forward. No, still no, confirmation necessarily about Alec Golesh, but you can see the direction this is going in. Was that Grant you guys got on hold? All right, we got Grant Hall with us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Grant, the big rumor right now. I don't know if you can call it news necessarily just yet, but it looks like we know who the coach is going to be, and it looks like it might be Alex Golesh.
Well, I hope for the sake of my friends Trey Sapp and Trey Biddy that is correct, because I know Trey one time I reported that it was going to be Chris Beard and it wasn't, and I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people during this interminable 8 or 9 week coaching search, and his name hasn't come up that much. It's interesting. He was one of the names that Pete Thamel had out there. The 4 names. Wally wrote about the other 3 today. Didn't write about this guy, and sometimes you wonder if I've been hearing earlier in the week that for a while there it looked like it was Womack. And then maybe some boosters said to Hunter Yurachek, wait a minute, we can't do, you got to get a sitting head coach. And then, I know Trey wrote at one point it would be a sitting head coach. So as a Fayetteville High School and University of Arkansas graduate, selfishly, I was kind of pulling for Kane. And it had even got to the point, long conversations with people about how he would go about, like he might keep Bobby Petrino and most of the offensive staff. He's a defensive coordinator at Alabama, so he would take care of the defense, and all those things, which may now be knocked into a cocked hat, or maybe not. Who knows? I mean, I guess we'll all, when it's official, it'll be official. But I don't really know a whole lot about Golesh, except someone told me this morning that his career goal is to be the head coach at Ohio State. You mentioned his Ohio State background, and if that's the case, then Arkansas might be a way station for him, to sort of.
Okay, so we can take that a lot of different ways, but that would be a good thing, right? Like if he comes to Arkansas and has success, and Ohio State offers him, that means we're winning football games. He's not going to go 3-9 and Ohio State offer him.
Yeah, that's right, and maybe he feels that to do it in the Southeastern Conference at a place where it had not been successful recently would be a good selling point for him on his way to Ohio State. I have no idea. Maybe he'll come here and stay the rest of his life. Who knows? But it surprised me hearing that today.
Well, all right. So was it surprising because we're seeing various reports that he wasn't interviewed, that maybe Arkansas wanted Eric Morris first and foremost? Here's what I'm learning from this coaching search, Grant. I'm really happy that I don't have to care whether or not I get it right. I'm really happy that I don't have to do digging and try to investigate and check with sources about all of this, because everybody's been thrown off the trail 2 or 3 different times, and reputations end up being at stake with this kind of stuff. So, I mean, look, you just knew there was going to be a coach at some point. I guess somebody's got to be right. Somebody's got to be first, and it turns into a bit of a rat race from that. But then they were good at throwing people off the trail here, Grant. That's another thing to take from this.
Yeah, look over here while something else is over there, or you got to wait a few more days to keep people at bay, and some of that, who knows. But I will say, Trey's been a good friend for a long time, and in fact, the last 2 golf tournaments I covered at Southern Hills and Tulsa, he was there also. He's a big golf fan and a good golfer himself, and he's been a solid reporter for a long time. So I hope it's right for his sake, and it may turn out great for Arkansas. The guy's he's young, which a lot of people wanted that. It's interesting. Last night I went to the Catfish Hole, and Bobby got a couple of prolonged standing ovations, and a lot of people in there had been rooting for him to get it. As I told you guys 3-4, that wasn't going to happen. Now, and I didn't really think that he would probably stay here as offensive coordinator either, and I don't know if this Golesh thing is correct, what he would do there. Would he bring his whole staff? That also kind of lines up with reports a couple of weeks ago that all of the Arkansas assistants have been told that they would not come back. So perhaps he wants to bring his whole staff if he's the guy. So, we're all pretty good about putting it together later after certain things are known. I think Hunter Yurachek still faces challenges of his own, and whether this is the hire that's going to make or break his career at Arkansas just obviously remains to be seen.
Hey, I want to talk about the playoff 12 and the 6 teams that are vying for spots in the SEC. Grant, what do you do you think the SEC gets 4 teams this year? Do you think Vanderbilt has a chance, or do they have to get some? If Vanderbilt beats Tennessee, because they're looking like the 6th team in the SEC, is that enough to get them in?
Yeah, I don't know, Matt, and I don't know if Texas. Apparently, it seems that Texas beating Texas A&M would not be enough for them. Is that what you guys think, or would it be enough for them with 3 losses, including 1 to Ohio State? A lot of stuff still out there. The whole Ole Miss thing is fascinating. Some people think that Lane Kiffin stays if he wins and loses if he goes. Goes if he loses at Mississippi State this week, which seems kind of a long shot.
Mississippi State's not beating Ole Miss. I saw that Mississippi State team play. There's no way they play 100 times. They're not beating Ole Miss.
Not enough cowbells. Not
enough. That's not happening. I still think Lane goes to LSU. Do you think Lane either way? Oh.
Well, you can see what he's saying there.
Yeah, while you're coughing, I'll agree with you. That's kind of what I think he's going to do. Yeah.
Well, it's such an odd situation, Grant. I mean, this to even have the thought process to leave a team before you go into a playoff, and then to whatever it is you preach to a team in the future, it's got to be different than all the stuff that we've hear before. And really, I mean, there's some truth to what Lane is saying the other day about these guys don't care too much about who their coach is going to be the next year, because they don't even know where they're going to play the next year. It's become a transactional thing, but they do want to think the coach is going to be there for the playoff. That's the thing. You expect you're going to finish the season with the guy. That's what I would always expect, no matter what. But this is an industry, Grant, that doesn't line up like that, and it's never going to line up like that. So you're just going to see this as the playoff continues to expand. This is going to happen. This is going to happen. Maybe every year it'll happen.
Sure, if again it goes to 16 or whatever they're talking about. But Lane was in this position once before, and Saban stepped in and said he's not coaching anymore this year. And Saban had the clout to do that. Now it's interesting that Oklahoma State is willing to have Morris wait until North Texas is done. But Oklahoma State has not been winning much lately, and I guess they're willing to do that. But that's one of the things that kind of complicated this Arkansas search. Would somebody be available right away, or next week's a big recruiting week, et cetera, et cetera. I thought it was interesting last night that Bobby brought Settles and KJ Jackson to the Catfish Hole because, Matt, I've heard you say, there are going to be a lot of people interested in KJ, and will he be here next year? I hear that he's really happy here. He seems happy here, and that's a big item. Probably the first thing, if it is Golesh, that he'll be asked about,
O-line and D-line, obviously we need help there, Grant. Do you think, if you're Golesh, or is that your first call? But I think KJ Jackson will be starting for somebody next year, no question about it. Would he be your number one target on this Arkansas team, or would it be Braylon Russell?
I think he would be, yeah, just because of the importance of that position. And then what does Bobby do next year? Does he become a coordinator or head coach somewhere, and would he try to take him with it? I don't think that would happen unless it were a pretty big school, because KJ will have some pretty good offers. But yeah, they got. I mean, you mentioned about the recruiting, about the players in Florida, and we'll probably, if that's the case, we'll probably see a lot more guys from Florida come in here. But people think that it can be done more quickly in today's era, where you just go get players, and how much money will Arkansas have? That's a big question that I have, and a lot of people are going to have. Is it going to make any difference, or are you just continuing to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic?
Well, that's the next thing to happen is whenever this is confirmed, and then there's a press conference coming up at some point, and it's not just that you hear from Alex Golesh. You got to hear from Hunter Yurachek, and hey, you got to hear about, what, I don't know if you need dollar figures or whatever, but you have to know the right questions have to be asked about. Is this financial picture for football right now different than it was when you were at the Little Rock Touchdown Club in September? After you learn about Golesh, that's the most important thing to know.
Yeah, exactly. And how'd you guys think he did last night with all the 6s and 7s stuff?
I'm glad I wasn't watching. Grant, I'm glad I was watching. I'm glad I was calling a women's basketball game. That's all I'll say.
Hey, by the way, congratulations to Kelsey's doing well so far, and she's got some good players. I don't know what it'll look like in the SEC, but they look a lot better than they did last year, don't they?
Yeah, they've been fun so far. They really have been fun. But you're right. We'll see how it lines up in the SEC. But first, we'll see how it lines up against the Salukis of Southern Illinois later today. Grant,
and I heard that analytics says that Arkansas has an 11% chance to beat Duke. So
11? That's it?
Maybe John's in a good position to go in there and remind his team they're not being respected. I do expect the two freshman guards to play really well, with a national audience like that, and that'll be a fun game.
Oh, wow.
What about Brazil? That would be my wild card. How do you think? Because we've had one big time game this year against Michigan State, and he was a 0. And to me, he's the key.
Yeah.
He is the key. If this team goes to the Final Four, you got to have a 10 at a Trevin Brazil. How do you think he performs?
Yeah, that is the big question, Matt. I heard Matt Zimmerman talking about him the other night, and maybe I think he was talking to you about him, and he's done well for the most part this year, but not against Michigan State. So, yeah, that's probably the number one thing to watch tomorrow night is how he does. Can he stay out of foul trouble? Can he do his thing, which is pretty spectacular when he's on?
Grant, hope you have a great Thanksgiving. We'll always appreciate your visits on these Wednesdays. Next week, probably be a very, very interesting week.
Yeah, thank you, guys. Now, if I could just mention real quickly, thinking about the family, Rick McCoy, who passed away yesterday. He was a great guy, lived in Northwest Arkansas, a great golfer for a long time, and just thoughts to his family during this time.
Well, I appreciate that, too. Thanks a lot, Grant. Let's open up the Lewis Automotive Group hotline for you. Nothing is confirmed, but the reports are from Trey Schapp, from Trey Biddy. Alex Golesh will be the next head football coach for the Arkansas Razorbacks. So we'll get your reactions from that right after this. Stay with us.
6, 7.
This is halftime.
6.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Budweiser, the American lager. Time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Winter has arrived, bringing frosty mornings, holiday travels, and unpredictable roads. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we've got you covered. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your vehicle for everything winter has in store. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
It's the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at Golden Corral. Enjoy the endless breakfast buffet with carved ham, tender pork chops, pancakes, French toast, made-to-order eggs and omelets, and, of course, the biscuits and gravy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And from 8 to 9:30, seniors get all this and a drink for $10.29. Golden Corral, 1801 South Waldron, Fort Smith. Order online at goldencorral.com for curbside pickup or delivery. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Hi, this is Lindsay White, and I'm proud to share that White Office Machines has now officially become part of the Datamax family. You'll continue to see the same local support teams you know and trust, plus industry-leading Kyocera copiers with statewide service and expanded IT, phone, and document solutions. Together, we're stronger, and together we're ready to create a raving fan out of your business. I know my dad and our staff are excited about this new chapter, as it takes our capabilities to a whole new level. For you, learn more at datamaxarkansas.com.
For over 50 years, WT Equipment has been your trusted family-owned dealer for tractors, hay tools, and light construction equipment. Right now, WT Equipment's got unbeatable October deals. Get 0% for 84 months on Workmaster 35 and 40 tractors, or drive home a Workmaster 25 with payments as low as $169.99 a month. WACC. Visit WT Equipment today and talk to their sales team for all the details. WT Equipment. Equip your future. Elevate your potential.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
All right, let's go to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. You want to react to the reports of Alex Golesh potentially being the next Razorback head football coach. You can call or text on our Lewis Automotive hotline, 877-377-6963. Good morning, Keith. Holding through that last break. Keith, you got something to say. What's up?
Well, I just want to say, I think that I've been all over the place with this. I've been frustrated. I've been happy, blah, blah, blah. And now with this Golesh information coming out, I can't tell you that I'm not satisfied, because I am satisfied. I'm a little bit. I go beyond satisfaction. I go encouraged, because this tells me a few things. This tells me money's right. Golesh has a lot of options. I think that the NIL piece of this probably fit in a little bit better than we thought. That's my hope. We'll see. But I'll also say, when you look at who he's had and you look at the quarterbacks he's developed, I feel good about it. And the reason I feel good about it is, you go back, he made Hendon Hooker. Now, I'm not going to say he made him. That's probably wrong to say. He was a Virginia Tech quarterback, did really well, transferred to Tennessee. But they beat Alabama that year. You go back, they beat Alabama at home when Nick Saban was coaching. And y'all can fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. There's a lot to say about that. That's how he got the head job anyway, is because one of Tennessee's best year was with him and Heupel down there, and they went. That was the Hooker year, Hendon Hooker year, and they beat him at home, and it was a big deal, and that's why he got the job. That's one of the reasons why. They were 11-2 that year, and so I think that, combined with, if I'm not wrong about it, when they were at UCF, not USF, this is Heupel too, I think they had that Dylan Gabriel kid. I might be wrong on that, but I felt good about that, and we see where he's playing in the league right now. So there's too much good to just counteract it and say, well, blah, 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 blah. I don't feel that way. I think that's a typical Razorback negativity. I think we avoid that. We go positive and we say, hey, we got a guy here who's got an eye for the NFL. He's developed NFL quarterbacks, and the one he's got right now is great too. Now, I think, going to what y'all brought up earlier, I don't see a world where KJ Jackson's not our quarterback next year with Alec Golesh at the helm. I think that's part of this. He doesn't have anybody waiting in the wings. If you look at his USF roster, his guy is a guy that's going to graduate this year. So I think that's part of it. I think that it was probably a good thing. Borderline, I'm not going to say it was arranged, because when Palin threw that ball that looked ridiculous, I think all bets were off. But it was probably a good thing KJ got in there. And Sam, to his credit, back before he was let go, said he's our next quarterback. So said it in a press conference. So I feel encouraged that we've got some alignment, which I think is the biggest thing. If you talk to a bunch of Razorback fans, they feel like we've been lacking is there's no strategy, there's no alignment. If we get the NIL aligned with keeping and maintaining the majority of our roster, which includes Braylon, and we're going to have to get another back, I think, or Cam can step up. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, I'm encouraged. I'm excited about it. This is a guy that I thought was going to be a game changer wherever he went. And he's beat Eric Morris. So we got to keep that in mind too, as OK State tries to just hound us on X out of the woodwork for reasons unknown. Hey, our guy beat your guy. So it doesn't matter next year. It won't matter at all. But hey, our guy, if this is our guy, hey, he's pretty salty too. So anyway, go back and look at that 11-2 Tennessee season. And man, that was pretty impressive stuff. And then he's continued that at USF. Thank you, guys. Go Hogs.
Thank you, Keith. I do see that the quarterback he's got at USF, Byron Brown, he had a redshirt year's first season. He's got a year of eligibility if that happens. But I do love the idea of KJ Jackson sticking around at Arkansas, at least from what You saw in the second half against Texas.
He's better than that Van Buren kid at LSU.
Yes, agreed.
Right?
Yes.
Like you start looking, he's better than anything Auburn did. He's better than anything Mississippi State put out there. Like you start looking and just evaluating just his kind of the ball he throws, his mechanics, the way he went. The thing was, what's one of the knocks about Talon? He locks on one receiver and won't throw over the middle of the field. That's not KJ. KJ Jackson will throw it to any part of the field at any time. Like the fact that he can understand the offense without playing that much, man, that's big time right there.
It looked like he had a little touch too over the middle.
Oh, he throws a better ball. Now Talon's a better athlete. There's no question about that. But like his ball's way prettier. But that we get caught up in that a little bit. I'm not really worried how pretty the pass is. It's does it get there? And Talon was he was very good, but the way he throws, what he goes about, when you look at it, aesthetically, it's pleasing.
And Dylan Gabriel was Golesh's quarterback at UCF for 1 year, and ended up going, of course, Oklahoma, Oregon, and now, what is he, backing up Shador, I think, is the situation going on in Cleveland now. 877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Charlie's with us early, which means something stirred up. What's up, Charlie?
Other than the fact that it's about to be Thanksgiving, everything's good. The tuna is off today, so, I just decided to do that. I guess it was a good day to take off. Happy Thanksgiving, guys, and to you and your families. And look, from what I've looked at already, guess what, Phil? By the way, I know Wikipedia always tells the truth.
Yeah, he's already got Golesh as the head coach, I know, at Arkansas, of course.
Of course. Yeah, anyway. But look,
yeah, see if his bio page on the USF website says that yet.
I doubt it. Wikipedia is like TMZ. We're reporting, everything's true. You know that. Anyway, I'm glad more than anything, Phil. I guess if it is over, which I think it is, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad we got a guy now. The main thing is going to be, do we support him? Do we give him what he needs? Hearing Grant the last segment, if we're telling Hunter that we can't have the DC from Bama, well, okay, you better support the guy that he does hire. Look, support him, give him what he needs. I think what you'll see, Matt, from what I've looked at on this guy, his offense is very similar to what Tennessee does. They like to take advantage of the wider hash marks in college football. So that's what you're going to see. Now, whether it's KJ or not, look, I think you got to bring in somebody to compete with KJ. I do. That's the way I look at it. But the main thing is, whether it's that guy that's playing there now or not, he does have another year, right, Phil Brown?
That's right. He's got one more year of eligibility.
Okay. So, and I think that's the main thing. Bring in guys to compete. The main thing is we got to get the O-line and D-line right. And that's where, to me, it's as big as anything. And hopefully he can put together a staff that, is really good as well, because booster support on that has to be right too as well, Phil. It's just as important as getting the players in here. You got to get that stuff right. So that's important. I'm excited. I'm glad it's over. And again, happy Thanksgiving to you guys. And before I go, tomorrow, did y'all say that Arkansas's basketball team, they gave them only like a 10 or 11% chance? Is that what they said?
I think that was Grant. I don't know where he saw it. He'd mentioned the website and the win probability and whatever. I don't know where it was he got it from. And sometimes I know these stats have like real information behind them, but I'm not quite sure if they mean very much.
Well, I agree with that. Look, at the end of the day, the main thing for me is I want to see them go out there and compete and not get their butts kicked. That's my thing. Like, hang in there with them. Even if you lose a game, hang in there with them. If it's a close game, play with them. Hang it. That could arguably be the best team in the country right now. But things could change, as we know. Main thing is you want to see them play the game the right way and play with high effort, energy, and with everything they have. And I agree, Matt. TB is going to be the key to this team. Also, those other two big guys. They got to help them out. And I think at some point, too, DJ Wagner is going to, I'm not saying scoring, but, he's going to be key as well. Anyways, y'all have a good one.
Charlie, always appreciate you. 877-377-6963 to get with us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Well, you got the Razorbacks playing in the Battle Line rivalry coming up on Saturday. Get over to Joe's Grilling Cantina because I know you're going to be sick and tired of, first of all, turkey. Second of all, cooking, cleaning. Let them do it all for you. No turkey either at Joe's Grilling Cantina. Plus, there'll be half-price apps and cheap taps if you're wearing your Razorback gear during the game. Joe's at 3400 South 74th across from Harps in Fort Smith. All right, back in a moment, wrapping up hour number 1. This is halftime.
Meaning that you don't know what's going to happen with the coaching situation, or you will not have seen the team play without the coach? Correct.
This is halftime.
State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle on the lot during the Thanksgiving No Tax Sales event at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. With new lower interest rates and the most for your trade, now is the time. No state sales tax on every pre-owned vehicle, now through the end of November. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. No tax does not apply to previously negotiated deals.
This holiday season, give yourself the gift of stress-free internet. Wave Rural Connect brings you our 300 internet with Wi-Fi, perfect for streaming, remote work, and holiday guests. No data limits, built-in cybersecurity, and easy control with our free Wave Connect app. All for just $71.95 a month. Visit waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372 today. Wave Rural Connect, internet that works when you need it most.
Hey, Razorback fans, basketball and movie season are here, and Sofa City has your home court advantage. Check out their immersive home entertainment furniture, zero-gravity power recliners with heat, massage, surround sound, and more. You won't just watch the game, you'll feel every buzzer beater and blockbuster. And Black Friday deals are going on right now. Get a $50 recliner when you buy the matching sofa and love seat for just $9.98. See more Black Friday deals at SofaCityUSA.com. Buy it today and enjoy it tonight at Sofa City.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-sunrooms.com.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back, and it's still bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun. There's so much crispy, cheesy, saucy goodness, you may find yourself speechless when someone asks what's your favorite part. Not because you can't find the words, just because it's hard to talk when your mouth's full with this much deliciousness. The Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back for a limited time. What a burger.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
November 9th, opening day of modern gun season, and Jelco Outdoors has all your deer hunting equipment ready for you. Jelco has a great selection of rifles, scopes, and lots of ammo. Stay warm and dry in the largest selection of boots and clothing for men, women, and children. Tree stands, saddles, box blinds, and ground blinds. Jelco can fix you up. Don't forget the blaze orange caps and vests. Good luck and safe hunting to all deer hunters from your locally owned one-stop shop for the best deer hunting equipment. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
just drove off, sometimes I forget. I ran my mouth off, too much of what did I say? Well, you just left it on, it's all okay.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, wrapping up hour number 1 with some texts here on the Lewis Automotive text line. Jesse in the Mount Home says Tennessee fans love Alex Golesh. They appreciated the way he ran that offense there, and he sent some screenshots of Tennessee fans on Twitter that shows a little bit of proof about this. That's nice. It's always good to see if a fan base in the SEC that is as massively online as Tennessee is, and the going rate is they loved him. Maybe that's a good thing, Matt.
Let's go. As in the words of the Christian Johnston, let's get it.
That's Golesh. I think that's what I hear him in the background saying. Very good. Hopefully, it doesn't have any pithy statements or slogans to throw around, any hashtags that have to be put on the walls and all of that kind of stuff. No props that we've got to worry about. Just a football coach. It sounds right. Chris says we know his wife's from Greenwood. Thinks maybe there's a Kane Archer connection. Kane's going to Utah, unless he decommits again, which I don't know if that'll happen.
He can, I guess.
Sure, of course he can.
As many times as you want.
Signing day's not until next week, right? So, throwing a hard sell. Although here's the thing, so is there an Archer connection? Well, sure, maybe there is, but if he's not going to be the Razorback quarterback next year, go to Utah, see what happens there. We'll see what happens here, and then eventually 2 or 3 years down the line, maybe he is going to be a Razorback. You never know in this day and age. There's the Alex Golesh Wikipedia page shows it. That makes it official. Yeah, you could throw in there right now that he's the head coach of the former USSR American football team, and it would probably be okay just getting thrown up there for at least 5 minutes until the moderators pull it down. Yep, Cliff is right. Send it in on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. No left lane, hammer down. Sam came in with the yes, sir. That was the only thing, he had his other things that threw out there every once in a while. The jukebox. There's the statement from Bobby Petrino. And look, it's not like you had to do anything like this because Sam just isn't an online guy. But he still never said goodbye. Again, I don't know if that really means very much. Petrino had a statement ready to go. I mean, to me, that's he knew this for a while. I think he knew for quite a while that it wasn't going to happen as the Arkansas head coach. Hall of Famer, Emmy Award winner, Clay Henry, read him at Whole Hog Sports, joining us for the next couple of hours on halftime. You can join us since we have no other guests. You and us for the next couple of hours, 877-377-6963. And we're back right after this break.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO. Every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for a limited time at participating restaurants. See app for terms.
This is Northside head basketball coach Cody Wilmath. I call 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Hi, this is Ricky Smith, head basketball coach for the Northside Lady Bears. I dial 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
Football and fall, what a great time of the year. It's also a great time to take advantage of York Factory rebates on high-efficiency HVAC products. Give us a call at 782-8940.
That's 782-8940.
Looking for quality metal buildings and roofing? Metal Mark has you covered.
From prefabricated metal buildings to custom trim, carports, and more, Metal Mart is your one-stop shop. Contractors and do-it-yourselfers are always welcome, and their experts will help you calculate the materials you need, all at a price you can afford. With locations in Fort Smith, Little Rock, and Jonesboro, or visit metalmarts.com. Metal Mart, the right material for the right price.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Are you looking for a great deal on a previously owned vehicle but want to avoid high-pressure sales? If so, you need to visit Edwards Auto Sales in Roland. For over 30 years, Ernie Edwards and his staff have helped folks from Arkansas and Oklahoma River Valley buy a quality vehicle and offer a buy here, pay here program as part of their services. Some restrictions may apply. Come visit Edwards Auto Center newly remodeled facility, 3 miles west of the Garrison Bridge, the first car dealer on your right, or log on at edwardsautosalesinc.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see sunny skies. Our high temperatures this afternoon will reach the upper 40s north, mid 50s south. Partly cloudy sky later on tonight. An overnight low will drop down into the low 30s north, right around the low to mid 30s south, and sunshine, a high low to mid 50s Thanksgiving Day. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Bill said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Bill Olson and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no mock at halftime.
Number one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olson and Matt Jones.
Halftime rolling along here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. Welcome back in at 12:01. Phil Elson along with Matt Jones, Kristen Johnston producing, bringing on Hall of Famer Clay Henry in just a moment. We've been talking a little bit here about Alex Golesh, who Trey Biddy and Trey Shapp. Guess you got to have that name in order to get the reports out today, saying that that Alex Golesh will be the next head coach at Arkansas. And Cody
even if
Burns is his offensive coordinator over there at USF. Matt, former Northside quarterback. Who knows if he'd come over with them, but offensively minded coaches and their OCs do go together sometimes.
And even if he's not, it gives us something to talk about right before the holidays. So everybody, we appreciate the two Treys for their work, and I would have to think, just working with Trey as long as I did, that he probably know. I don't think he would do that not knowing for sure, like getting this. I always say nobody cites their work anymore or gets sources. I think Trey does the proper thing, so I would have to imagine that it's probably true.
I agree. I think Trey Shapp is mostly a well-sourced journalist, but if he did, I kind of do remember the thing about Chris Beard. So that is something you got to, until it's confirmed by the university. We'll still have a little bit of doubt in that there. Clay, what do you think? Looks like this whole search may be coming to an end, if you believe the reports.
Yeah, it's about time. It's been a long 10 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it is. Yeah. wasn't as long as the last search. It was we went through the whole John L. Well, I guess it wasn't the last one, but the John L. Smith interim deal was longer than the Bobby Petrino interim deal. But I've spent the last 30 minutes kind of reading up a little more on Alex Golesh and his travels, and just spent a fun time reading about his wife Alexis, who's a Greenwood girl, and that's an interesting read. And she loaned him money to help fix his car so he could visit her in Greenwood, meet the parents. Yeah, it's attended all the Razorback home games, so she'll know her way around Northwest Arkansas. It'll be a smooth transition if that's what's about to happen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe sometime by the end of the show, because last night was interesting with the reports about Eric Morris. First, it's a couple of people that say they have sources that say he's going to be the coach. The next thing you know is that I don't think there was an announcement from the university, but there was a confirmation from the university later on in the day, and that Morris would continue to coach North Texas through the end of the season. He will also be running the Oklahoma State football program, I guess, after the regular season is over. So, and that'll happen pretty quickly. So I don't know. Once these things start to come out, and Hunter's back from the playoff committee meeting, and maybe this thing gets taken care of today.
What's his life been like? Wow. I mean, to be the chair of the playoff and also run a search for a head coach. That's got to be a unique experience, and probably something that he wouldn't sign up for if it wasn't an automatic deal that you got to do it. You don't.
Yeah. I guess it's something you
with the
can't say no
territory.
to.
No, you can't.
Yeah, when you're on the committee, you're on the committee, and it's not like you can say, no, I'm not going to take your nomination. But, yeah, it's a lot going on at once. It's already a big job, and then the job gets a little bit bigger, and then you got to go on national television, and then you try to make a joke that kids would roll their eyes at, and all the adults did too last night. Man. And look, I make bad jokes all the time. We got to fill 3 hours here, so I can commiserate with that. Sean in Fort Smith has called our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Guys, let's talk with Sean. Sean, what's up? How are you?
Good morning. How are you guys?
Good afternoon. Yeah,
Y'all
we're
don't
great. Thanks.
Don't get too full tomorrow now.
No, that's what it's all about.
Oh, you betcha. I'm right. I've lost 60 pounds. I'm ready to put 40 of it back on. Y'all there?
Go for it, Sean. Yeah,
we're
right
here.
here.
It's
Go for it.
your turn.
Waiting. You
If
got a point.
this Golesh is Arkansas's big splash, we can went and got a Greenwood coach to do just about as good as he's going to do. I mean, what is going on at that school? This can't be true. This got to be no one of them rumors.
Well, Sean,
they surely wouldn't bring him in here.
Let me ask you that. What did you want? If Golesh isn't the coach you want, what did you want?
You don't want to hear what I want. I want Gus Malzahn, the only guy to beat Saban twice. We got him ran out of Auburn, and they're too stupid to know they had a great coach. Trino was great. And no, we're going to go get somebody who has no experience whatsoever in the SEC, and he's going to win a game.
Yeah,
We're
he was
looking at another 0-8 season.
He coached at Tennessee. He was offensive coordinator.
Yeah, that's not a head coach.
Oh, well, you think Malzahn's going to be a head coach again?
I think he'd take the Arkansas job in a heartbeat.
No, I didn't ask that. Do you think he's going to ever be a head coach again in SEC?
I don't know. I
don't either. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's probably unlikely.
Yeah, I'd say that's not a splash hire. That's reaching the bottom of the bucket and grabbing one up before everybody else got the rest of them. I'd left what I had in place before I did that. Wouldn't you? I know y'all can't say anything bad because
I
he's
don't think
head
so.
coach.
I think they're probably. I think his time passed, and he's got one more game.
Sean, I've been out in front from the very beginning about this since Sam was let go. I don't think this is a hire to be looking backwards as to saying, well, this guy did this against Nick Saban, because I think Freeze beat Saban twice. It didn't work out so well for him at Auburn either. I don't want the same arguments and conversations that were being had in 2008, in 2012, in 2018. I want this program to be more of a forward-looking program. And I thought that the arguments about Bobby Petrino, while a lot of them did hold some water, you can poke holes in all of them. In fact, you can poke holes in every single case about just about any coach that would have been considered at Arkansas. And your mind's made up whether Golesh is going to be successful or not. Mine is not. I think it could go either way. And I think it could have gone either way with whomever it was. And that's the same with Petrino, too. But I do think that you got to be more of a forward-looking thing. I do like the idea of the younger coach, who's maybe a little. It's not a matter of do you want to be here. I think he does want to be here. He's going to want to be at Arkansas. He's going to want to succeed at Arkansas, and then I guess you'll see what happens if he does find success. Because if you're in the same position now, if you're in the same position in 5 or 6 years, or even in 4 years that Ole Miss or Missouri are in, because they were also in the market for a head coach the same time that Arkansas was after the 2019 season, and they hired hotshots, younger hotshots. Kiffin a little bit different, a guy that did, have a head coaching job in the SEC, and it exploded fantastically, by the way, in his face. And with Drinkwitz, 1 year as a head coach, 1 year, it's worked out very well for both of them. Nobody knows if these things work out.
Gus had a chance to come to Arkansas.
Twice, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Brent and Cersei's next on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Good afternoon, Brent. What's up?
Good afternoon, Bill. Good afternoon, Clay. I hope you guys have Thanksgiving.
Brent, your connection's really bad. You usually have a really good connection as you're driving around, but it's kind of iffy at the moment. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Can you hear me?
All right, that sounds a lot better. Go ahead.
I hope you guys have a happy I hope, Clay, I hope you and Phil both have a happy Thanksgiving.
It's going to be happy, I promise you. I guarantee it. I can't guarantee you anything else, but I'll guarantee you that's going to happen.
Well, that's a good thing. Clay, can I ask you a question?
No.
I mean, I'm going to ask you anyway.
I knew that.
Are we supposed to have faith in Hunter Yurchek? Because my faith in him is less than zero right now.
Brent, I think it's interesting how you put that's the first thing you're bringing up here, because I think that also goes to the heart of was Sean our last caller? I'm not sure if he would have agreed with any hire because he was doing the hiring. Now I don't know in Sean's mind how his view is on Hunter Yurchek, but I know yours, Brent, and a lot of other callers and texters, and there is the sense, and I can't figure out, the percentage of the fan base, but there's a chunk that won't trust the hire because of who's doing it.
And I wish Coach Golesh do nothing but the best. I hope he brings this football program back to where it should be. I hope so. I truly do. Nothing would make me happier. But when our athletic director is the laughing stock of America. I mean, Mark May just ripped him all to shreds at the Little Rock Touchdown Club.
And Mark May also tried to push Mac Brown as the head coach, if I read something about that properly.
Yeah.
So I'll take a little bit. I'm a Mark May fan. He went to Pitt, big fan of him, but I'll take some of what he says with a lot of salt.
But I believe he's right. You gotta have a leader. And Hunter Yurchek is not a leader. The only reason he's in the position he's in is because he's in so good with the Board of Trustees. And that's ridiculous, because all they want him to do is take them on trips. That is ridiculous. And I am past fed up with him.
All right. I was gonna let you vent a little more if you needed to there, Brent, because I know I think when you get going on Yurachek, you get a little that's like your head's about to pop off a little bit. But
I listened to the Martin the Mark May stuff, and I wished he had his quote right, knew exactly what he was talking about, because he didn't. I think he had his mind, set that he was going to come in there and say something flamboyant and out of. I think that was his goal, and I watched Mark May, and he, his TV skit with Lou Holtz was always to put down whatever Lou said, and he was interested in saying stuff that was out there pretty far more than anything else about being right. So I'm not a Mark May guy, never was. Because he's from Pitt, I get it that you might have some feelings for him, but I wasn't surprised by his take, and not that I knew what it was going to be, but I thought he was going to try. He's been out of it for a while. This is not his sort of thing anymore. ESPN fired him a few years ago, and that was the end of his run, to be honest.
Go to William in Little Rock, who's called our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hi, William. How are you?
Hey, Phil. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. If you want to look into Golesh, just look at what the Tennessee fans are saying about the hire. They all think it's going to be good. I mean, instead of bashing everything, why not just go, well, look at what people say about him where he coached. They think he's good, so let's get behind him. Let's support him. He hadn't coached a game here yet. Why are we already being negative?
Because that's what people do.
Let's give him 24, 36 months before we you got to give him a little bit of time.
I mean, you got to give him a year or two. And I mean,
minimum.
Gus Malzahn that would have been the worst hire ever. That would have set you back 5 years. I wouldn't have gone to a game if they hired Gus Malzahn.
Yeah, I'm not surprised about it. There are some Malzahn people out there, but the fact that he had his chance at Arkansas and turned it down is all I need to know. And that if he gets an SEC job in this next cycle, I'll be surprised.
Who's going to hire him?
That's what I'm saying.
No. LSU, no. No one's taking him. I don't get why people.
It hasn't gone well for him. It didn't go well at UCF. It hasn't gone very well as the OC at Florida State right now. And you're not hiring. I don't think you're hiring him for what he did in 2013 or 2014. Just like you weren't hiring Bobby for what he did in 2010 and 2011.
That'd be like hiring Ray Tanner for baseball because he won the 2012 and 2011 national championship. I mean, it'd just be moronic.
Yeah. William, it's good to hear from you. Thank you. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. All right, we'll break here in a moment. Before we do that, got to tell you about No Shave November. No Shave November right now. We've been doing it all month long, raising awareness, raising funds for the Arkansas Prostate Cancer Foundation. And men, if you're listening right now, and most of you are, and if you're not a man, you probably know 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. 1 of 8 American men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer during his lifetime. The key to survival is early detection, so get yourself tested. Just contact your doctor. Very easy to get it done on an annual basis. You can also get more information online at arprostatecancer.org. We'll be back in a moment. This is Halftime.
Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite, white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25. Turkey, football, bad decisions. The Holy Trinity. MyBookie just gives you a chance to make it all profitable. This week, MyBookie is loading the table with cash drops, boosted lines, and same-game parlays. Capped off with a bomb on Black Friday. The return of the lock of the season. One trip to the end zone and you double your money. And if you're watching the games with friends, they'll give you an extra bonus every time one of them signs up and makes a deposit. Start with our promo code HOGS, HOGS, when you sign up and grab a welcome bonus to get ahead. Load up, lock in, and enjoy the feast at MyBookie.
Got a little jingle.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now, here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Hall of Famer Clay Henry, too, with us as we react to the rumors, and that's all it is right now, rumors, but it is coming from mostly well-sourced journalist in Trey Schapp that Alex Golesh is expected to become the head coach of Arkansas football, but we're also waiting to see if there's any kind of announcement to make it official or whether we're being led down some, kind of path and just being used in ways that maybe some teams get used at this point of the year. Matt, what is it that you'd want to know as a quarterback What is it you'd want to know about an incoming head coach and Alex Golesh? If you're KJ Jackson, what do you want to know about this guy who's coming in?
Yeah, what's his philosophy? What kind of offense does he run? There's different styles. I went through a quarterback coaching change from my sophomore to junior year. So you have a meeting when it went David Lee to Roy Whitkey, and they're both amazing coaches, and they're both a little different. And David Lee was a little more midline and more option stuff. Not that he didn't understand the passing game, because he did. And Roy Whitkey had just got done coaching Tony Romo at Northern Illinois. So there's a couple play action things. There's different styles it was to kind of fit to what you got. So, I mean, you'll have an interview process. You'll sit down and talk with the coach. It's exciting and it's scary as well, because you don't know if what's different now is you don't know if this coach already has a quarterback in mind. So KJ, I mean, who knows if this coach has a spot for him?
He had a pretty run-heavy offense this year at South Florida. They're running for 221 yards per game. They throw for 276. Just about 500 yards per game. Got to look at the turnovers, of course. Isn't that a major aspect of an offense? We've been trying to drive that point home quite a bit. They've turned the ball over 7 interceptions, 8 fumbles, 15 times. It's a little bit. It's well more than 1 per game. But looks like someone at least that is dedicated to the run, snap off a lot of plays. Connor O'Gara brought him up.
If he's like Josh Heupel, is he a Josh Heupel protege?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he coached with him.
I think his style will probably be a lot what you see in Josh Heupel in Tennessee. How he goes about offense, maybe have 2 tight ends, wants to run the ball to set up the pass. Not scared to do either one of them, but obviously you have to be able to be good at the line of scrimmage and run the ball, because that means you're a more physical team. So I would see that.
His background is coaching tight ends. When he was at Iowa State, they had in 1 year they had the first team and second team all Big 8 tight ends on the same team. He loves to use the tight ends, and that's I think that's a little bit of a pro system. And if you watch Heupel's teams, they're going to move the tight ends around, H-backs, tight ends. He's coached that position, so that's part a lot of his philosophy.
Does Millie have an opinion on Alex Golesh too?
Millie was definitely against Malzahn. You heard that take. I mean, Millie, I had to let her out. I mean, she started barking. To be honest, Jean Ann pulled up, and that she loves Jean Ann, so she was like, let me out, let me go see Mama.
These are the things that make that make the reports about Golesh being the head coach from Trey, who is a journalist. That's how I got to know Trey. He knows how to be a journalist. Otis Kirk is reporting that the Hogs never interviewed Alex Golesh. So, somebody's being fed a pack of lies in this case.
Well, what about, was it the search committee that interviewed him and not actually, can you, is there a way around it? Like when coaches say, I haven't talked to him, but his agent has,
Sure.
Maybe it's just the search committee that talked to him.
Like a half truth or a quarter truth.
Right.
I don't think you hire somebody that you didn't talk to.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, just go off his
LinkedIn page. Let's put it this way. I never did that. I never hired somebody that I didn't talk to.
Don in Siloam Springs. Hey, Don, what's going on?
A couple comments. So, if it's Alex Golesh, I think I can get behind it. I guess I'm confused on some people who doesn't think he's got the pedigree. I mean, you think Lane Kiffin before Ole Miss Power 5 record wasn't great. I mean, he had 1 season at Tennessee. What was he, 500? He's 3 years at USC, so it wasn't like he was setting the world on fire. So, I mean, the proof's in the pudding. Like they say, winning cures all. If he comes here and wins, everybody will be excited about him, but you got to give him a chance first. And then on the athletic director, the thing last night was a little goofy, but if we were winning, I don't think people would have had as much ill will towards it because, it's just, I feel like people are piling on. Hunter Yurchek, yes, it's all tied to the football, success of the football program. But since he's been here, if I'm not mistaken, he's increased the revenue or the athletic department revenue Yes, they had to lay people off because of a shortcoming, but that's because of the NIL area. Everybody's trying to learn to adjust to that. So I guess, it's probably not a popular thing to say, but I say, this is his hire number 2. If it doesn't work out, then it's all warranted. We're competitive in other sports. If we were dumpster fires and everything outside of football, I agree with everybody to jump on the man. But, as an Arkansas fan, it just kind of wears you out. That I just don't think you can satisfy our fan base. They didn't want Sam Pittman. We went out and hired a coach. Now they're complaining about him. But you got to give the man a chance. Like I said before, Drinkowitz was winning at Missouri, or before Lane Kiffin. You just go through a name. They had to start somewhere, so get a man a chance.
Well, yeah, and I agree that the record of the football team has a lot to do with how you're viewing him, but it's also you're a bit of a catch-22 as an athletic director these days. People say they're sick and tired of being asked for money, but at the same time, go raise money. Go raise the money that you said that the football team didn't have to compete for a national championship. So, you want it both ways. You don't want it to come from you, I guess. It's just like, go get the billionaires, go get them to, or Walmart or Tyson, like so many people talk about. They'll be the ones that throw the money at it, and it's just, sometimes it's a no-win situation. So it has to do with the wins or lack thereof of the football team. Ross in Paris said the smoke screen was Matt Campbell, and it really does feel like that. Like he's the name that gets thrown around. To never believe, I think Golesh may have worked with Campbell somewhere down the line at Toledo. So, maybe if they're talking with Campbell, maybe the talk was, what do you think about Alex Golesh? What was he like when he coached with you at Toledo? And then you can say, you know what, they had conversations with Matt Campbell, but it wasn't about the job at Arkansas. It was about the next coach potentially.
I think that what you find out in these searches, a lot of times, it's a double-edged interview. Well, we're interested in you. Okay, you're not interested. Well, give us, point us in the right direction. And I think that the interview with John Calipari, without a doubt, it was set up. Hey, will you help us in our search? But first we want to make sure you're not interested. Well, I guess I am. So you can talk to somebody and they can agree to talk to you under the umbrella that you say I'm going to help you with point you to the right direction. And that's probably what happened with Campbell, if they did talk to Campbell. But I never thought he was going to leave Iowa State. Didn't make any sense. He's going to finish out his career there, it looks like.
And Matt, I think you and I are very much like this. And I think most media members are. You go in with this with an open mind. There's going to be reasons to bring whatever coach that you're bringing in is. And I think the reasons you're bringing in Alex Golesh here are much different than the last hire, which I think had a lot to do with just got to find somebody who actually wanted the job and the rebuild. You're talking about 24 months, 36 months, and I'm right there with you. The thing is you do need to see a market improvement in that first year because of the examples at Indiana, at Vanderbilt. Do you need to make a bowl game the next year? Golesh did that at South Florida too. Went from one win to the Boca Raton Bowl in 1 year. It's a pretty good turnaround, and I think people will expect something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think that go ahead, Matt.
Well, I was saying I'm learning about him in real time. I like his resume. I like what you guys are saying about him.
Early success is important for two reasons. One, you want to excite the fan base because the money is where the action is. It's the NIL, and we hear that they've got more money, that they've been raising money, and that's the bottom line is the money. And if you don't have it, you're not going to be able to buy players. And so he's going to. But then you hope he can coach him up. But he's going to come in with a relatively empty roster. There's going to be a lot of transition in the next 3 to 4 weeks, or you could say 6 weeks. by January 15th, you're going to have you're going to have 50 to 60, maybe more new players than that. I don't know how many of his players are going to fall in from South Florida, but he's going to have to rebuild the roster and then have some success so that the fan base will jump in. Not just ticket sales, but the whole ball of wax is NIL. So that's going to be really important.
Right, it's going to have to also, if this is the guy, kind of scour over that South Florida roster and see some of the players that may, be good enough to try to make that jump into the SEC and come here with him. All right, we'll continue on this in a moment. You can join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline anytime. It's open, 877-377-6963. Don't forget about the Fence Man. If you are looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong, but you need a little bit of time to pay for it, well, the Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing. You can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. You can get a hold of the Fence Man at 479-782-3936 or thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work. Back in a moment. This is halftime.
I think one of the things in this conference is you have to be the hammer, not the nail.
This is halftime.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text AREA to 42424 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text AREA to 42424. That's AREA to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Instead, he'll run inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. KJ Jackson just kept the play alive.
This is halftime.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long, boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
It's the Black Friday sales event. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off 540 in Salisaw. Hard to believe Thanksgiving is already here. Troy, these 25s have to go. You're slowly getting new 26s. We got to get the 25s out of here so they can make way for 26 models.
Yes, definitely. Tommy, our loss is your gain. So come and see us. We have to move this inventory. Not, hey, we'd like to make you a good deal, but we got to get rid of these things. So come and see us at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford. We're going to make you an awesome deal. And the big thing is right now is this special financing, man. We talk about this for so long. People weren't buying because they were saying interest rates were so high. Man, we got 0% interest for 60 months on new F-150s. I mean, we've got 72 months at 3.9%. I mean, the deals are insane. Come and see us at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford. We're going to get you the best deal on a new or pre-owned vehicle.
0% financing available during the Black Friday sales event. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Don't let me hear you say life's taking you nowhere. Look at that sky, life's begun. Nights are warm and the days are young.
Find Halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
South Florida guys finishes out the regular season at home against Rice on Saturday. You think that'll be the most heavily watched South Florida football game in Arkansas history? You make up your mind on Alex Golesh, depending on whether or not they beat the Owls and how they look to close out this regular season.
How badly they beat them.
Right, how badly they beat them.
They're going to beat them.
8-3 record, and his name was getting thrown around after the win against Florida, week 2, and then the week after that they got stomped by Miami. But they played really well in the American Conference. It's just there's a certain set that won't be satisfied by any coach that's coming up from a lower level. And I think maybe that has more to do with the experience with Chad Morris. What was it like when Houston was hired? I guess that's different because Houston was a native son. But what was it like when Houston was hired? Because
there was a lot of people
that experience at a big level either.
Yeah, there was a lot of thought that Tommy Tuberville was the right guy. And, the committee heavily was split, but there was some heavy hitters that really liked Houston. By the way, there's been other coaches besides Gus beat Nick Saban. I didn't quite follow that logic, and that's why you should hire him. I'm talking about Gus. But yeah, I think that there's never. Well, let's put it this way: not often are you going to have a unanimous hire. When Ken Hatfield was hired, there was thought among some boosters that it should have gone with Jimmy Johnson. I think that you're never gonna. There's very seldom is the perfect guy.
I guess it's a matter of what prerequisites do you want to be the Arkansas head coach? This guy that has coordinator experience in the SEC, positive experience in the SEC. That's why he got the job at South Florida. He's got head coaching experience. Not at the top level of college football, but you got to work your way up somehow. To me, he's not like some nepo guy. He doesn't share a last name with some major head coach. He didn't get a job or an assistant job because his dad was super connected or anything. So he's got to be some kind of self-starter. I mean, these to me, these are all prerequisites that make sense. Instead of saying, oh, this guy beat Nick Saban, 2 times 10 years ago and 13 years ago or something. And I don't know. It's just I'm trying to go in with an open mind here. And so looking at the positives of this guy, it's just at the same time, you don't know if this is going to work out or not because
you do not.
It's the SEC. It's such a meat grinder. And I mean, taking over at Arkansas is going to be different than taking over at LSU or taking over at Auburn or Ole Miss whenever, Kiffin makes his decision if it's not Ole Miss. It is a different kind of a rebuild, I think, at Arkansas than anywhere else because you are starting from the bottom in this league right now.
No question. It has not gone well for a number of years, and we all get that, and it's frustrating, and that's what I hear. No matter how you look at it, there is frustration in it, and it's more in hindsight than it is what you're seeing in the future. And there's so much of it that is dependent on how much money is there for, is he going to be able to put together a roster, through the portal? It's like, can he find players with the amount of money that he has? They're going to lose a huge amount off of this roster, and so the rebuild starts with what the cash level is. And we know that they've improved that. How much they've improved it, we don't know that. But I think that everybody's confident that there is more money, or he wouldn't have taken the job.
Jawan's
I say he
on
wouldn't
the
have taken the job. We don't know that he's taken it yet. We're still waiting for confirmation.
And Wes Moore reported, and Wes was the first to get the Calipari news. Wes says that Golesh has been offered the job, but it isn't a done deal yet. So I mean, again, where you're going to believe in these cases? Did Trey jump the gun? Is it really an offer instead of was it a handshake deal? Is there a contract signed? So we're in that we're in that period where it's still rumor and nothing's hard news just yet.
I want to see the smoke coming up out of the chimney. I want to know. Haven't seen that yet.
Jawan's in Fayetteville. He's on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Jawan, what's up? How are you?
How's it going, Phil? How's it going, Matt, Clay?
Good.
Good. Great to hear from you. What do you think?
Man, I'm hoping that we can get Alex Golesh, guys. This is why. A couple of years ago when he was at Tennessee, I watched him work with Hendon Hooker. Hendon Hooker, he was an afterthought whenever he left Virginia Tech. He went over to Tennessee. They helped him have one of the best passing seasons in Tennessee history. They ended up beating Alabama for the first time in a long time. And in that game, I watched how he just took advantage of what the defense was giving him with Jalen Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt ended up having over 200 yards with 5 touchdowns against Alabama that day. Then the next year, he worked with Joe Milton. He took a little step back in the passing game, but they went a little more run heavy. So I like his versatility with the offensive style. And then watching him at South Florida this year, I don't know if you guys have seen a lot of them, but they actually got some dudes over there that can play. That quarterback, Byron Brown, he's pretty good. Chaz Nimrod, that was at Tennessee formerly, but he's from Bentonville, Arkansas. He was over there. He's having a pretty good season. He's averaging about 20 yards a catch. I've seen some other SEC guys on the defense, and that's what's most interesting. If he comes, is he going to bring that DC? Because that DC, he did pretty good in the portal. He went to Georgia, got a few guys, a couple of other SEC places. They're playing pretty fast. They run to the football.
The DC is Todd Orlando, who has he's been a defensive coordinator at FAU, USC, Texas, Houston, Utah State. Worked his way up.
Yes. I can get behind that guy, though. I watched their defense. They're pretty swarming. Now, I watched them against Boise State. I watched them against Florida, and I watched them against Miami. Against Miami, they just got out-athleted. There was no way they were going to win that game. But every other game I watched them, they have done pretty good. I watched them against Memphis, Tulane, and a couple other teams. So I'm pretty excited if we can land a guy like Alex Golesh, because I believe whatever quarterback that we have on our roster or that we get through the portal, he will be able to play to their strengths and help them not really be a turnover machine. I think it'll be night and day from what we've seen, fellas. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Thank you, Juwan. All right, well, we're up against the break, guys. Want to react to that when we come back. 877-377-6963 if you want to hit on Alex Golesh or any other coaches that still potentially could be the Arkansas head coach if these rumors are not true. Don't forget about Roback. A University of Arkansas game day collection is what you are looking for your favorite Razorback fan, because the holiday's coming up in less than a month. You know the holiday I'm talking about. Custom designed hoodies, polos, Q-zips, joggers, and much more with Razorback logos all over them. You won't find these anywhere else. Roback.com is the website. Use the code RUSH25 at checkout. 20% off your first order with that code. RHOBACK.com, Roback, where action meets comfort. Wrapping up hour number 2 of halftime right after this.
That's an absolutely horse crap call.
This is halftime.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your holiday with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. For your inner child and your grown-up cravings, the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
Whether you're fishing for coldwater bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the Mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
This Christmas, make it easy for everyone to shop for you. At Wheeler Power Sports in Fort Smith, we've got everything riders love. Motorcycles, side-by-sides, ATVs, accessories, and apparel from all your favorite brands. Come in and let us make your Christmas wish list. We'll save all your info right here. Then your spouse, friends, or family can stop by, check your list, and pick up the perfect gift. Make it easy, make it awesome, make it Wheeler Power Sports. Located on 901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at GoForsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at GoForsgren.com.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
When your carpets, upholstery, and floors look dirty and stained, call your local Service Master Clean at 646-4087. Service Master Clean is an industry leader and can remove the toughest stains from your home or office. And they back their work with a satisfaction guarantee. Eliminate dirt and grime from your carpet, hardwood, tile, and laminate floors. Call your local Service Master Clean, 479-646-4087. That's 646-4087, or online at servicemasterpc.com.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
Somebody's gonna hurt some. Somebody's gonna go. There's nothing we can do. Everybody wants to do something. If it takes all night, everybody wants to take a little chance. Make it come.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
See, the Barstool Tennessee account had an expletive we can't repeat here on the radio show when they retweeted Trey Schapp's tweet about Alex Golesh being the next head coach at Arkansas. That's their reaction at Tennessee, is they think, well, this guy got us. This guy helped us score a ton of touchdowns, won us a bunch of games here. May do the same at Arkansas. Weston in Fayetteville on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hi, Weston. Appreciate your call. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. How are y'all?
Great, thanks.
Ben, I just wanted to call in and, man, if this hire gets confirmed, I think it's going to be great for the program. Like I said, I'm here in Fayetteville, and I've been talking to people. I know a bunch of students who have been here 4 years and haven't really seen a lot of success in football. I'm curious if this hire is going to be a better decision than if we went for a guy like Summerall. But yeah, overall, I'm really happy. I just felt the need to call in and say what's up. It's Thanksgiving, and I'm fired up. And I have red hair, and so I really like Golesh.
Redheads got to stick together. Isn't that right, Weston?
Oh, exactly right, man.
Ariel off of The Little Mermaid, mid or not mid?
Oh, yeah,
She's not.
It's a great time, but I was. Can I ask y'all what y'all think of if you think Golesh is really a better hire than Summerall, or maybe what the pros and cons might be on what kind of staff they'll bring and things like that?
Honestly, I don't know how to judge.
I'm a Josh Heupel fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I like the fact that he learned under Josh Heupel for a little bit. I'm 100% a Josh Heupel fan. The way his career arc, his resume, what you look at, what's not to like about him?
He's had really good quarterback play. He's been an offensive coordinator too. And
what I mean is give him a chance. We don't know. You're right, Phil. We have no idea. But I'm all in. Let's support him and give him a chance.
No, I agree with I liked, he gave Tennessee that win over Alabama, if I'm not wrong, a couple years ago.
And he's done Clay's requirement. He's beat Saban. That's right. It's a joke.
And if he can, if he can put together an offense like that here, then honestly, if you look at our point differential, if he can put together a good offense, we really just need a mediocre to, at best, okay defense to really start winning games.
Weston, thanks for the phone call. All right, we got another hour left here. You want to react to the news of the day or the rumor of the day? Although it's definitely a rumor that seems like it's got a little bit more truth to than some of the rumors we've been talking about for the last couple of months. Lewis Automotive Group hotline is open, 877-377-6963. Unit, Jessica Rabbit, if we're going on redheads, mid or not?
She is not mid.
Jessica Rabbit and Ariel are definitely not mid.
There we go.
Perfect answer. Is Shaggy from Scooby-Doo a redhead? Daphne, now she ain't mid. Help us out. We're going to hour number 3 of halftime. We are back right after this.
Hey everybody, Zachary Hall here, otherwise known as the Arkansas Storm Tracker. If you have not stopped by the Jam Mart in Fort Smith on Phoenix Avenue, you're missing out. They have a brand new hot case in there. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch, they serve dinner. My personal favorite is the chicken strips and potato wedges. They also serve cheeseburgers as well. They have all sorts of options that you don't want to miss. Be sure to stop by and see your local Jam Mart, Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith today. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in Arkansas.
Fill her up, please. Mustard?
or ketchup. Ace has always been the helpful place, and now we're even more helpful by offering instant savings to Ace Rewards members. Not a member? Just sign up at Mentor's Lumber Ace Hardware to start saving right at the register. Right now, buy a Milwaukee pruning saw, circular saw, or hammer drill, and get an 18-volt battery free after instant savings with your Ace Rewards card. Ace, the helpful place. Must be an Ace Rewards member to receive instant savings. Available through the end of the month. See participating stores for details.
Hey, Razorback fans, basketball and movie season are here, and Sofa City has your home court advantage. Check out their immersive home entertainment furniture, zero-gravity power recliners with heat, massage, surround sound, and more. You won't just watch the game, you'll feel every buzzer beater and blockbuster. And Black Friday deals are going on right now. Get a $50 recliner when you buy the matching sofa and love seat for just $9.98. See more Black Friday deals at SofaCityUSA.com. Buy it today and enjoy it tonight at Sofa City.
It's the Black Friday sales event at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Happy Thanksgiving. It's time to save on your next ride.
Yes, definitely. You know, Tommy, Black Friday sales event, Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford. You know, we had our grand reopening sales event. You know, we got the remodel finish, got all this good stuff going. You know, Ford has just released the end of year sales event that starts now too. So we've got 0% interest right now for 60 months on brand new Ford F-150. So come down here and see us. You know, we've got a lot of money off of these F-150s, and you can get your special APR, and that's a big key right there is you get both of them. You can get your 72 and get like up to 10 grand off at 72 months and 3.9% interest, or you can take about $5,000-$6,000 off and get 0% for 60 months.
It's the Black Friday sales event going on now till the end of November at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off of I-40 in Salisaw, and online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, we will see sunny skies. Our high temperatures this afternoon will reach the upper 40s, north mid 50s south. Partly cloudy sky later on tonight, and overnight low will drop down into the low 30s north, right around the low to mid 30s south, and sunshine, a high low to mid 50s Thanksgiving Day. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Green Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
It's vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man. Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Welcome back on Halftime. Continue here 101 in the afternoon on a Thanksgiving Eve. Phil Elson along with my partner Matt Jones and Christian Johnston producing. Hall of Famer Clay Henry joining us as well. You can read Clay at Whole Hog Sports. We are off tomorrow and Friday. We'll, of course, have Arkansas game day leading into the Battle Line rivalry, closing out the regular season for football. Of course, you got Arkansas-Duke Thursday night. And we even talked about that. That's tomorrow, guys. We got Arkansas and Duke tomorrow night at the United Center. I mean, talk about a reason to get in your post-meal nap early. That's one reason to make sure. That's a reason to stay up late tomorrow night, Matt. I'm fired up about basketball tomorrow.
Very excited about it. It's just a good litmus test. It's just a test. It's early. This team's going to evolve. They're going to be so different in 120 days. But let's go see. Let's go see them go. And the environment is what I like, because you know what, they didn't flinch up there in East Lansing, and they kept on going, and what a chance, what an opportunity.
So here's the big deal. This is the test for tomorrow night. Have they improved their physicality? Because that is what Duke is. The Boozers.
Think of his daddy Carlos, how physical he was. So you got.
He was a beast, just a beast. And I think that Duke is going to try to lay it on him inside, and we'll see if they have the manpower to withstand that. Can they rebound? That was what got them in the NCAA tournament last year with Texas Tech, and we'll see if they have made improvement since the trip to East Lansing. And I think that's what I'll be watching for tomorrow night.
Bet Saracens got an early line out for tomorrow in terms of the betting line and also total points. They've got Duke favored -10.5, and also the point line at 157.5. So fairly, at least in their mind, a decently scoring game. But Duke is a pretty heavy favorite, -10.5. I'd expect to see a pretty tight ball game tomorrow.
Me too.
Honestly.
Yeah, I think Arkansas can score. I mean, can they score enough? I mean, they're going to have to rebound, and I keep waiting for a little more from Malik Ewing. And I mean, there was offense in the last game, but I can't say that was much of a test. He did score 21 points. I don't think he had, but what, 3 rebounds? He's got to rebound. He averaged 7.6 last year at Florida State in the ACC, which this is an ACC team. And can he and Pringle stand up inside? Now we know Brazil is not a physical force. He's a finesse wing in my estimation. He did show the ability to put the ball on the floor late last season, but it's still, if you lean on him, that seems to be his kryptonite.
Looking at Boozer's first 7 games with Duke, averaging, let's see here, got 21 points a game, just under 10 rebounds and 4 assists for the 6'9", 250-pounder.
He's a beast.
Yeah, they played in terms of their big matchups, because they've played 1 game on the road at Army. Guess you got to because of Coach K. And then Western Carolina, Indiana State, Niagara, and Howard in Durham. And then neutral site wins over both Duke and Kansas. And in those 2 games, by the way, they beat Texas by 15, beat Kansas by 22. Pardon me, by 12. And Boozer, 15 points against Texas, 12 rebounds, 18 and 11 against Kansas. So he hasn't scored as much, but he's rebounded really well against those 2 teams.
I watched that Texas Duke game, and he was a donut in the first half. I don't think he scored, and that was the game. Texas was up barely early in the second half, and then Duke dominated in the second half, and it was a lot of Boozer. And he answered the bell in the second half after putting up a donut in the first half. And so it's how he goes is how Duke goes. His brother is not a bad player either. He's got some completely different. He's not a power forward or a low post guy. Boozer he's gonna bully you. He's gonna knock you around. So we'll see if Arkansas can handle that.
Matt, how much importance do you put on winning the games against the major teams that you got coming up? Because who cares about Jackson State, UCA, and all that? You still got Duke, Louisville, Texas Tech, and Houston, and 3 of those games are neutral site. How much importance do you put on those games and winning them?
Oh, yeah. I mean, confidence helps when you win some games, but that's a good question, because you want to win, you want to see it happen. But I want to see their attitude. I want to see the hostile environment. You want to see some other things too. But the goal is to win. But right now is December. This this team, we haven't even ran an offense through Carter Knox yet in one game. You know, like that
Yeah.
we're gonna do different things than what we're doing right now. We're still getting this. This is kind of like you're seeing just good on good. What's the athletes? What do we have to? Then we're gonna go and teach things. Hey, this is what you have to expect. So yeah, there's a lot to take from it, but it's kind of it's good on good, but it's still December basketball.
I want to see the defense grow. And
their communication, right? They got to talk more on defense.
Yeah, and Matt, when you don't talk on defense, you see the breakdown, you see the back door, you don't see what did Coach Richardson call it?
That's why
fixing things.
That's why I like Nick Pringle, because he knows, he understands the defensive concept. And I always go back to, I went to the Final Four in Atlanta the year that Florida beat Ohio State in the national championship game, and I had decent seats. The one thing that I remember most about that game was how much Joakim Noah and Al Horford and Corey Brewer, how much they talked. I could hear them telling, hey, screen, watch screen here. What? Hey, but backdoor, just the continual. I've never heard a basketball team talk so much like that. And there's no question about it. They were a good defensive team and won the national title back-to-back years.
And it seems like that's what Coach Cal has said has been kind of missing. That he, here's a lot of dead airspace out there, to, kind of use a radio term. But it's if you don't know where the screens are coming, there you can't get over the screen. And I didn't play much basketball. I played a little, and it was like, knowing where the screener's coming and how they set up, and if you're dead to that, you're going to get screened.
Well, and Coach Richardson would stop practice, and there's teaching moments, and you're right, Clay. Like if we're doing our press and somebody's going to come up and screen, and let's say somebody didn't call it out, he'd stop practice and say, "What are you trying to get your brother? Are you trying to get your teammate hurt? We got to call out. You got to talk. Tell them screen on the right screen. Don't be afraid to use your voice."
I was looking at the last time Arkansas played Duke, and, putting all the hype around it, and it was ACC, SEC Challenge 2023. You remember that game? Hogs beat them at Bud Walton Arena. It was a massive win. Trevin Brazil had a double-double. Caleb Battle scored 21 off the bench. And, man, you're all fired up about beating Duke, and the Hogs finished sub-500 that year.
So who was the star for Duke at that particular time?
They had a power forward, some white dude. If you remember that guy, I think was it Mikowski? Or
yes,
something? Yeah.
And
Kyle
he picked up. They took the ball straight at him.
He got two real quick
and
fouls.
It was boom, boom, and on the bench, and they didn't ever recover. I mean, that was and he fouled out, I believe, but it was, that game was remarkable in how. I'll give Eric Musselman credit. They always had a plan for the other team's best player, and they would go right at him. And that sometimes, seems odd. It's like, well, it's kind of like great defensive tackle. You run away from him. But they went right at him and got him in foul trouble, and that was the game.
All right, we'll break here and get a little bit more about basketball. Of course, still waiting to see if there's any confirmations or if there are any national media members that are confirming the report of Alex Golesh being hired as the head coach. And we had a text in from somebody who said, I haven't seen any of the national people confirming any of this. And I was thinking, look, the national reporters, for the most part, have been gaslighting you for the last 8 weeks. Who cares what they say? Truthfully, like all they've done is poke you and stick their finger in your eye over and over again, basically making fun of you for these last few weeks and the last couple of months. So I don't care if they confirm it or not, to be quite honest. Do have a Fish City trivia question today for you. We'd usually do it on a Friday. We're going to do it today instead. And, of course, tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so this will have to do with turkey. There is one person in the major sports halls of fame in the United States who went with a nickname Turkey. Who was it? Baseball Hall of Fame, NHL Hockey Hall of Fame, Springfield Basketball Hall of Fame, and the Canton Pro Football Hall of Fame. Those 4 halls of fame. Who's the one person who went by the nickname Turkey? 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Text in the answer. Got a $25 gift card to the person with the correct answer first. Oyster Po' Boy is still on the chalkboard special at Fish City Grill, coming with remoulade, lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickles on Gambino's French bread. It's also Oyster Fest through the end of the month, char-grilled oysters, specialties like the Rockefeller with Parmesan breadcrumbs and the Snyder Pearl with secret sauce. Fish City Grill. Call about catering. They do it for the Razorbacks. They can do the same for you. 479-636-8833. That's Fish City Grill, South Bellevue Road, Rogers, and online at fishcitygrill.com/Rogers. Fish City Grill, friendly folks and serious seafood. Back in a moment. This is halftime.
Or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Lewis Automotive Group, home of the Lewis Guarantee. Thanks for watching us here on ESPN Arkansas. Download the brand new Hit That Line Now app in the Apple and Google Play stores. ESPN Arkansas, more than just radio stations.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
Go all in on luxury with Taco Bell's $5, $7, and $9 Lux Cravings boxes. There's the $5 box, indulgent. The $7 box, extravagant. And the $9 box, indescribable with the new steak and poblano rolled quesadilla. It's Lux. For less. Choose your $5, $7, or $9 Lux Cravings box, only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
Does your Razorback closet need an upgrade? The University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you're looking for, only at Roback.com. They've custom designed the best hoodies, polos, and Q-zips for your school. Go check out this and more at Roback.com, and don't forget to use our link for 20% off. Use code RUSH25 at checkout on Roback.com for 20% off your first order. That's RHOBACK.com. 20% off all hoodies, joggers, and more with Rush 25. Roback, where action meets comfort.
Get 20% off on your first order with the code RUSH25. Turkey, football, bad decisions. The Holy Trinity. MyBookie just gives you a chance to make it all profitable. This week, MyBookie is loading the table with cash drops, boosted lines, and same-game parlays. Capped off with a bomb on Black Friday. The return of the lock of the season. One trip to the end zone and you double your money. And if you're watching the games with friends, they'll give you an extra bonus every time one of them signs up and makes a deposit. Start with our promo code HOGS, H-O-G-S, when you sign up and grab a welcome bonus to get ahead. Load up, lock in, and enjoy the feast at MyBookie.
Got a little jingle.
Dad, the driver looks dirty.
You yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they love the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Wall, make us two-dimensional. And by the way, I need your credit card. I need to pick up to get my pineal gland recalcified. And
Make sure to follow Halftime on Twitter at HitThatLineAR and on Facebook and Instagram at HitThatLine. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Now back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
So you look at these reactions on social media about the coaches, and yeah, everybody's got a different take. Just depends upon your perspective here. CFB Talk Daily, and I mean, who really knows who that is, says Alex Golesh, if he's really going to Arkansas, that's the last we'll hear of him. Great coach, but it's a dead-end job. You have to make miracles happen to be a top 5 team in your own conference. Here's the Barstool account that covers USF. They're calling Golesh a D-bag and a liar because he claimed he wasn't, quote, chasing a job, unquote, and then he was 100% focused on the team and says it's a blessing in disguise. Trey Wingo just has a quote tweet from a report from Trey and says, great hire. Different perspectives from all of these here. And I will, man, I'm again, we don't know if this is official or not. There's conflicting reports. You had one person who's a source journalist in Trey Schapp say Golesh is hired, or at least that's how I took his tweet. You got another source journalist in Wes Moore that says he's been offered the job. It's not a done deal, and still, just like you haven't really known what to believe all throughout the last few weeks, I don't know what to believe about this right here either, but it does certainly seem that at least now he's the #1 target. And yesterday, or at least last night, you had Oklahoma State fans, dunking, they thought, on Arkansas. And they said, wow, we got a coach over an SEC team and everything. And I don't know if Morris really was the first choice or not. But I mean, that's their perspective. That is absolutely their perspective. This guy was hired first. Reports were Arkansas was interested in him, so that means we got him instead of them, and puts our program in a different light. And you can believe what it is you want to believe about this. Make up your mind before you even really need to make up your mind about this. Joe in Bella Vista on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Good afternoon, Joe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good, thanks. Appreciate your call.
Hey, I just heard you talking basketball earlier. Did any of you see the Auburn game last night against Michigan?
I did not, but I think they did not have a very good showing in that game, right?
They got
Michigan?
Destroyed.
Yeah.
I guess Bruce Pearl knew when to get out. Are they that bad, or is Michigan that good?
Michigan has looked pretty good so far. I mean, they really have.
What I've been reading from folks who've covered Auburn and a lot of their fans too is that they just don't have a lot of size, and that can end up being a real problem for them when you get into the SEC, because I think they've been pushed around in the paint. And I'll look at the box score and everything from yesterday. I mean, Michigan beat them 102-72. Goodness, it's a good Michigan team, but losing by 30, that's rough. Got out rebounded 51-35.
They got smacked.
Goodness. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. So it's like, Matt, I asked you the question, how important is it to win? We got a lot of people that are just saying, I just want to see, maybe the same idea of what you saw at Michigan State, show that you belong on the court. I mean, there's no way they're not going to look like they don't belong on the court with this team. They're too athletic. But I think that's what most people want to see. And right now, it didn't look like Auburn belonged on the same court last night as Michigan.
How about Tennessee and Houston?
Ooh, that was a good one.
Tennessee has some men. They got some men. They will set a screen. They'll set a screen that you can't wash off with soap and water.
Mm.
We lost him.
Well, Joe got away there.
He got his point. He made his point.
Yeah, he did. It's like Bruce got out of but Bruce left the team for his son to coach. And I guess he's also on TV now. I don't think he's calling SEC games, but it was on Fox, I guess, some of their Big Ten coverage. 30
Let's put it this way.
JT was watching it. They were down 30 in the first half. Goodness.
His son may be a heck of a coach, but he's not Bruce Pearl. I mean, he's just not. I mean, Bruce Pearl is a great coach. Now, he didn't have a national championship, but he's I mean, I just thought it would be a step back for them when he's out, and I thought he waited so that they had no chance to hire anybody else but his son.
Yeah. It was a comment on the calendar where it's just there was no way you're going to do anything else. I just wonder if that was just if there were discussions that this is the way it was going to be done.
It's going to be done for a long time. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah.
You don't have that sort of plan for Cal with Brad, right? I know Brad's on the staff. I don't want to think that that that's the next direction. I got nothing against the guys. Just earn your stripes. You know, go coach somewhere else. Go coach away from Dad for a while, and build your resume that way, and then make your money, make your living off of your accomplishments.
The same thing is going to happen when Kelvin Sampson steps down. His son's going to be the coach. We don't know if it's doubtful he's the same, but you would be better off if you're the son, just go get a job somewhere else and, like you say, earn your stripes.
JT does like the Alex Golesh hire. Yeah, Seth makes a point. They got to live in Stillwater if they're taking the OSU job. Stillwater's not bad. It's actually grown a little bit. You'd asked the question, Matt, I think a while back after, I guess it was the fourth week of the football season, and Arkansas and Oklahoma State had fired their head coaches in back-to-back weeks, and you'd asked, which one is the better job? And, you know, the Oklahoma State fans, the way that they're reacting to Morris signing at with their school and not at Arkansas, again, I don't know if there was where he was in the pecking order and everything. So do you think that so much of it has to do with the idea of access to the playoff? Because that went along with your question of which is the better program, which is the better job.
Yeah, who do you think makes Golesh or Morris makes the playoff 12 first? I don't know. To me, it seems like it would be easier to make it from Oklahoma State. But then maybe, again, I'm being naive because if you're going to get 5 SEC teams in, you got to get to 10-2. But in Big 12, you might only get 1, you might get 2, but you're pretty much going to have to be undefeated or 11-1. I just think it's an easier schedule. I mean, you don't have to go through the gauntlet of Georgia or in Tuscaloosa and Knoxville. I mean, there's just
or Texas and Oklahoma,
right? Even though they're out of that conference.
That's what I'm saying. That conference, it's like, okay, they added BYU and Utah. That's still not Texas and Oklahoma. It's going to come down to which of those programs, I'm talking about Arkansas or Oklahoma State, funds NIL. And if the Pickens family has stepped up again at Oklahoma State, well, maybe that is has an easier. You can get players, and you don't have to play the same. You don't have to play the SEC.
You want to have a little fun with the upcoming schedules in the near future. Eric Morris and Oklahoma State visiting Fayetteville in 2027 to return the trip from last season, and then to go on Kane Archer committing and soon to be signing with Utah. The Hogs go to Salt Lake City next season, and then Utah returns the trip in what would be Archer's 4th year in Utah in 2029. So it's like
what will 2029 look like?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, by then you're going to have 24 teams available for the playoffs, so it'll be a completely different thing. And but I would hope in 2029, Alex Golesh is still the head coach at Arkansas, and I don't know, Whittingham will still be the head coach at Utah. But, if you're Kane Archer, you're looking ahead to 2029 and thinking, yeah, I'll see those guys then. But I would assume he'll be on the bench next year on September the 12th when Arkansas visits Eccles Stadium in Salt Lake City. 877-377-6963, Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We did have a correct answer on the Fish City trivia question for today, and the trivia question was, there is one player in the major sports halls of fame in North America whose nickname is Turkey. And we had the correct answer here from Chris, who's listening on our 96.3 affiliate in Hot Springs. The name of the man is Norman Thomas Stearns. He went by the nickname Turkey, and he died at age 78, 1979. Turkey Stearns played in the Negro Leagues and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. I think that was about 20 years ago when he got in. Might have been just before about 10 or 12 Negro Leaguers were inducted into the Hall of Fame. He was one of the first, I think, to actually get in there. Played 993 games in the Negro Leagues at a career .348 batting average, and he is the only guy that I ever heard of who actually took the nickname Turkey. Because when I heard people refer to someone as a turkey, it really wasn't in a very positive way.
Kind of like a knucklehead.
Yes. Congratulations, Chris, for getting the correct answer. And, of course, it's a guy that I sent a bunch of photos to in Cooperstown when I was there last summer. All right, we're on the home stretch of halftime. We are back right after this.
It's not like a must-win, like, we're going to kill all the firstborns of every player if we lose. But, it's a game you really, really want to win.
This is halftime.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp.com/score for 10% off your first month. This is an ad by BetterHelp. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes. How do you know what actually works? With a 4.9-star rating from over 1.7 million client reviews, you're in good hands with BetterHelp. Talk with real qualified therapists, not AI. Wellness shouldn't be overwhelming, and therapists can help figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a screen detox. Visit BetterHelp.com/score for 10% off your first month.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Family owned and operated since 1950, Crabtree RV Center is proud to have served the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 75 amazing years. From a small dealership on Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith to 17 acres located at the junction of I-40 and I-49 in Alma, Arkansas, Crabtree RV Center is your one-stop shop for sales, service, and parts. Come celebrate 75 years with us and take advantage of spectacular savings all year long. Crabtree RV Center, making your family's dreams come true for over 70 years.
Looking for a career with a company built to last? At Forsgren, we've been shaping the future of the River Valley since 1936. Nearly 90 years of excellence, innovation, and family-driven leadership. From sidewalks that still stand today to major infrastructure projects across the region, our legacy is built on quality and community. Apply now at goforsgren.com. Join the Forsgren legacy, where your work becomes part of something lasting. Forsgren, building the foundation of the River Valley for 4 generations. Apply now at goforsgren.com.
Happy Thanksgiving. It's the Black Friday sales event at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Swing by Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, find out about low interest rates that you can get on a brand new Ford, but also look at the inventory when it comes to the pre-owns. You got the manager specials back on the front row. These are some great rides that just maybe been here a day or two too long.
Definitely. Our loss is your gain. Most of these vehicles are newer vehicles that still have manufacturer warranty. They've just been here a little too long, and I've got to make room for new inventory that's coming in. So come and see us at Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford. You want to talk about some new inventory, Tommy? I mean, the new F-150 is 0% interest for 60 months. So come and see us, Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford. This is where you're going to find your best deal on your new or your pre-owned vehicle.
Yes, whether it's new or pre-owned, it's the Black Friday sales event with big savings. Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Online at harryrobinson.com.
Hi, I'm Kelly Smith, owner of Dixie Digital Imaging. Is your business's IT infrastructure secure? At Dixie Digital, we provide comprehensive managed IT services to ensure your systems are running smoothly and your data is protected. Combine that with Xerox, Brother, and Epson reliable printers and copiers, and you've got everything you need for success. Call us today at 783-6600 to learn more about our IT services and special offers. Dixie Digital Imaging, your trusted partner for IT and document management.
Game day just got a whole lot better at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Wear your hog gear and enjoy half-price apps and cheap taps during every Arkansas game. Plus other drink specials that will keep the party going. Whether you're gearing up for kickoff or celebrating the win, Joe's is your go-to place for great food, cold drinks, and hog pride. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half-price apps and cheap taps on game days during every Arkansas game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
I saw her today at the reception.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Home of the Lewis Guarantee. Let's get back to the show with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Razorback football legend Matt Jones.
Hall of Fame sports writer Clay Henry with us, too. You can read him in Whole Hog Sports. I'll go right to the phones. Jesse's held for a moment. He's on our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Jesse, happy Thanksgiving Eve. How are you today?
I'm doing well, guys. As a very proud graduate of the University of Texas here in Northwest Arkansas, I kind of wanted to call in and give my 2 cents about the coaching hire, if it is formal and done.
It's not formal and done. It's not formal.
It is not yet. Well,
No.
I can tell you of all the names that have come up. I back up. I moved to Northwest Arkansas from Tampa last December, and I can tell you that the only name, both recruiting and just program-wise, that has made me the least bit nervous as a Longhorn is Coach Golesh. Hard-nosed, physical. Recruits the right kids. He doesn't have a whole lot of just garbage in the program, and he's young. Just that's the only hire that has even been rumored that has made me nervous as a fan and a graduate. So good for Arkansas if it ends up happening. You guys deserve better than who has had to take over the reins here this year as the interim. I'm so thankful that you guys hopefully have not retained Petrino's services any longer. I just don't think I could not agree with Matt more about all the moms and just women in general, or quite honestly anybody with a soul that cares anything about their kids wanting to go and play for somebody like that as a leader. I believe that still matters, even though in today's world. So good for the Razorbacks. Makes me nervous. So that's all I can tell you.
Jesse, I appreciate your phone call. Thank you. And there is the thing to think about here. And so there are no confirmed reports. There's the report from Trey Schapp that Arkansas is going to hire. They're going to hire Alex Golesh. But then there's Wes's report that the job has been offered, but it's not a done deal. There's other. You see the same thing right now on X, that This is not finished. So now you're at the point here, guys, where the Arkansas Athletic Department has put themselves out there. I don't know if they offered the job to Morris and he turned it down to sign with Oklahoma State, but you've already now had the coach identified as who has the offer. And, man, there's a lot at stake now in this day, right now and today, because I don't think this is the kind of thing that you want to just be hanging out there over the holiday, even with Golesh and South Florida playing on Saturday. If he's going to be the head coach moving forward, I don't think that he would want that sort of, unknownness for that program for the next 3 days. This is not a done deal, and guys, it could still blow up in Arkansas's face.
I think that's the right take. Until it's over, it's not over.
Better get him then.
I mean,
at this point, it's like, all right, they've made their choice, Matt. You got to.
Well, that's one person saying they've made their choice. Yeah.
Well, it's two. It's also Trey. It's also Trey.
Wes has said it too. Yeah.
And Wes. So there's three of them, and I mean, so there, I do believe that. I also right now would believe that there's no actual deal in place.
Well, Hunter was doing so good at keeping this close to the vest, but wasn't he gone doing something else yesterday? He was.
Yeah, and he might have been. Heck, for all I know, because those meetings. I mean, I don't think it's just a day. I mean, you leave from wherever your school played, and I guess these meetings are in Dallas, and man, they gotta be there for a while. So yes, I mean it's another aspect.
Yeah,
I guess Dallas is close enough, though. You can get over to Fayetteville quickly if you need to.
I don't think the meetings last 2 hours either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they go through a lot of stuff, and then he has the role to the public appearance. That's a little different too.
Gavin, like that, we just had a phone call from a Texas fan who came from a different perspective than Brian. It was like, well, sounds like he wants the Razorbacks to be good, at least while he's living here. Scott asked, did Bobby
just
derail
not real
this thing
good, just
today?
not great.
I don't think Bobby derailed this thing. I think he just, the reports out there, the job's offered or that somebody took it, and this was a statement that was ready-made. And he probably had ready to go for
absolutely
however long he's known that he wasn't going to be the head coach moving forward. And the guy in Harrison remembers, man, I mean, you've been at the situation where you went and hired a coach from a level up or from a level lower and brought him up, thought you got a good guy, and he was at the press conference and everything, and the next day decided he didn't even want to be the head coach. He brings up Dana Altman. So this may be a different situation.
No, I don't think this is the same thing.
Yeah, I think it's quite different. But yeah, now it's hopefully you get it done by the end of the day. Yeah, we all want it done. We all want it finished. I would imagine that they want it finished, the folks in the athletic department. I think that any of the coaches that are being kicked around with all of this, would want it done too. But then, and I keep hitting on this, this is not going to change. If it's a problem for college football fans that the sport is built around a calendar that just doesn't work, this is the calendar. The only way that you change this, so that the calendars line up, so that coaching search doesn't line up with the exact same time as signing day. You've moved the portal into a place where maybe it's a little bit more palatable, but with 12 teams in the playoff, you'll have more of this going on with 16 teams in the playoff, and heck, you'll have a lot more of it going on with 12 teams in the playoff, because there's always going to be, at that point, you're talking about upstart programs that are making a playoff. And upstart programs may end up losing their coach to big-name programs who aren't part of the 16 or part of the 24. And so this week, I'm not telling you you're going to have 12 coaches fired through a season on an annual basis, but the end of the season, in which there are multiple playoff teams that are either going to say bye to their coach right when the playoff is done or before the playoff in the term of Ole Miss. This is just what it is. This. I hope Arkansas is in the position. I really do, because if you'd hired Lane Kiffin, if they would have convinced Kiffin after the 2019 season to join Arkansas, Would you be in the same position that Ole Miss is? He did it there at Ole Miss. I would assume he could have done the same thing at Arkansas, but maybe the money wasn't in the right situation. I don't know. But, man, I mean, Matt, you'd pointed out to the first caller who said, this is somebody that may use the job as a stepping stone and say, well, fine. If he does that, that means you've had a really good run with him as the coach.
And who knows? He might fall in love with it. You don't know. It could be like Eli Drinkowitz. It could be like Lane Kiffin. I mean, is Lane going to stay there? Is he going to go? Is Eli going to stay or go? But the fact that he's wanted means he's having success. So, yeah, if his dream is to coach Ohio State and he comes here and starts winning us games and going to the playoff 12 and then bolts for Ohio State, he left the program in a better spot.
Grouch asks here, is anybody aware how Hunter plans to provide a new coach the resources he needs? Well, that's the next thing that you got to get the answers to. My assumption here, nobody knows. I don't know. I don't think anybody that's listening right now knows how those resources or if the resources are there. The only way I can view it is, here's a coach who's got a decent thing going at South Florida. There are other potential opportunities to move away from South Florida if he wants to. And if he signs at Arkansas, then that means he's been convinced that you can succeed here. That means the money's in place, or at least how he views the money that he would need to put a team together relative to the rest of the league. So that's just me looking at it from, one piece of information to another piece of information, the data that we have. But the only answer that you'll get to the question will come from Hunter Yurachek next, if there is a press conference next week. Because you want to hear from the coach, but you have to hear from the athletic director about is the program in a better financial situation than it was 10 weeks ago?
No coach is coming unless they're satisfied that they can win. And that's part of the equation, that there are finances that will enable him to win. There's nobody that's making that move. He'll have other options, whether it's, jobs that are open this year or next year. He's not going to take a job that he doesn't think that he has the resources. And that would be to hire coaches and recruit players.
Yeah, so, the deal with Golesh here, I don't know if it's this. Remember, like with Virginia Tech, there seemed to be a pressure campaign on James Franklin to make a decision, sign on the dotted line or don't. And maybe that was a different situation because he didn't have a team to coach. If you're Arkansas, can you put that on a sitting head coach? Be like, look, now's the day. This is the day to do it. It's either today or it's not. Or is the delay, Golesh or his agent, thinking about the money that is the money there, looking over whatever information you get handed from Arkansas when they're shopping themselves around as a football program for a sitting head coach. I don't know. Or is there just bad information going out there from the two trays, that makes it seem the job has been secured, that the handshake deal is done, but it turns out it isn't right now. Man, it's no surprise too that the end. If this is the last day of the coaching search, that it's going to end up with a lot of different pieces of information flying left and right, because that's what the last 10 weeks have been like. 877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Hotline. You know what else? I just don't want to think about this tomorrow, okay? Don't you want to just, not worry about this tomorrow? We've all got plans. We're all going to see people tomorrow. I got to get up in the morning, fly to Pittsburgh, and be around my parents, my sister, and her family and all of that, and I don't want to worry about the Arkansas coaching search or whether or not they're still looking. Get it over with today.
Agree with that. But it's not sometimes that's not the way it works out. Sometimes it's not a matter of convenience. It could be that it goes through the weekend. Like you say, that he's got a game to play Saturday.
All right. One more segment. We'll come back, wrap up the show. If you want to join us, we'll be open for you on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963. Stay with us.
This is halftime.
The tires on your vehicle go round and round, but when they don't, go to Van Alma Tire. They have tires in their name. That's their specialty. Van Alma Tire is all about tires. They have all the name brands and private labels available for you and in stock. So when it comes to getting tires for your ride, it's worth the drive. And financing is available. Ask for details. Whatever your tire need, check out Van Alma Tires on Highway 64 between Van Buren and Alma. Ready to get you rolling on new tires at Van Alma Tire.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Looking for a fence that stands out and stands strong? Call the Fence Man, 479-782-3936. Serving the Fort Smith area for over 40 years, the Fence Man builds custom, one-of-a-kind fences, residential, commercial, and high security. Need automatic gates? The Fence Man does it. Need financing? You got it. 18-month financing is available. Get your free quote today at thefencemanar.com. Or call 479-782-3936. The Fifth Man. He ain't afraid of no work.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Arkansas Fuel Injection in Fort Smith has been providing quality work for all new and rebuilt diesel pumps and injectors for over 25 years. They are a certified diesel shop with a team of quality technicians that ensure the highest quality workmanship and warranties all their work. They are open Monday through Friday 8 to 5 and has emergency service available 24 hours a day. For all your diesel pump, fuel injection, and parts need, stop by Arkansas Fuel Injection, 6300 South 29th Street, Fort Smith. Call them today at 1-800-817-7709. Arkansas Fuel Injection.
Game day just got a whole lot better at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Wear your hog gear and enjoy half-price apps and cheap taps during every Arkansas game. Plus other drink specials that will keep the party going. Whether you're gearing up for kickoff or celebrating the win, Joe's is your go-to place for great food, cold drinks, and hog pride. Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half-price apps and cheap taps on game days during every Arkansas game. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Hart's.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
We've seen it all. Recessions, tornadoes, even a global pandemic. But Hug Chevrolet GMC never closed its doors. We stuck with our community because they stuck with us. And through it all, one thing never changed. Our commitment to serve, support, and stay local. Hug Chevrolet GMC, built to last, just like the people we serve.
Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I only want you to have some fun.
When When I woke up this morning, could have sworn it was Judgment Day. Everywhere. Trying to run from the distraction. Didn't care.
Back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, Matt, Unit, we got to finish out our Survivor Series picks for the regular season. I continue to be stuck on Arkansas, as I have been since the Auburn game. This will be my 5th game in a row. Man, what a mistake that was. So I know I'm already buying you guys tacos. Matt, who are you going with? I think you can choose between Auburn, Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Mississippi State, and Florida.
Whoa.
Unit went first last week, so who you want this week?
I guess I got to take Vandy. I don't like it, but I don't think those other teams are going to win. I don't know. What do you think? South Carolina over Clemson?
It's going to be tough.
That might be the better one.
Rivalry.
Florida over Florida State, I think, is a legitimate option, but it's like that's Yeah, that means you gotta expect Florida's actually going to show up and try to play. So yeah, I'm not sure who to go with your group though. Maybe Vandy's the best choice.
Hey, why not? Let's go the Commodores.
All right, Matt's going with Vanderbilt. And what do you got, Unit? You can choose between Auburn, Texas, A&M, Mississippi State, South Carolina, Kentucky, LSU.
I'm going to go with not
the easiest choices there.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Oklahoma beating LSU.
I don't think Oklahoma was one of your options.
Oh, okay. Then A&M. A&M.
Going with A&M over Texas. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going with Oklahoma over LSU too.
Why not? Why not? You guys can both pick them twice. That's fine.
There we go.
Did I ever pick Oklahoma? Can I just go with 2 of them too? Yeah, Oklahoma's the last one I got right, so maybe I should have stuck with them.
That's right. I picked OU already. Yeah.
Yeah, couldn't pull that one off. All right, if it's Survivor Series on your Thanksgiving plate, what's the one thing that's coming off your plate? Turkey, green beans, mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, stuffing, or cranberry sauce? Clay, go ahead.
Well, I like dressing, not stuffing.
I'll let you have the dressing.
Is that a cop-out?
That's not. No, it's either or, but it's the thing you're pulling off the plate. The
green
beans.
Beans. Green beans.
No green beans. Matt, what about
green
you?
Beans, they're nothing.
If the green bean casserole is made with cream of mushroom soup, then I'm taking the green beans off as well.
Me too.
All right, but what if they're just drenched in 8 tablespoons of butter?
Every single thing you said on there, that's how my plate will look. And maybe some
Me
deviled
too.
eggs too. Yeah, no.
Everything. Deviled eggs. Yes. We're gonna
Unit,
have
what's
them too.
mid?
Cranberry.
All right.
No.
Cranberry made the mid list again.
No, it
You know
stays
what
on
I'm
the plate.
doing with that plate? I'm taking none of it off. I'm just picking it up. I'm going to open my mouth, and I'm going to drop all of that food in my mouth at once and go from there because it's all going to the same place. It all tastes great, and there's no reason to boot any of it off.
So this is the big question. Do you take a bite of one thing and then a bite of another thing, or do you wipe out
there's
a corner?
No, there's a symmetry involved in how I eat. Do you guys do symmetrical eating too?
I like to like portion it out pretty even. Like I don't like to just eat one thing completely eat one thing and then
at the end of the meal I want to have one bite left of all 7 things and then, kind of choose from there. There's got to be symmetry in life and Thanksgiving. Guys, hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for everything you
I'm
get.
thankful for you guys,
that
all
you all
of you.
do for the show, and appreciate our friendships and all of that stuff. And that's all the real soft, fun stuff for us to worry about. All right, have a great holiday. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. No politics. No coaching search talk. Right? And stay tuned for Ruskin and Zach and the Eastside Liquor Halftime Podcast coming out shortly. Back with you Monday, and maybe you'll know who the coach is going to be by then. Hopefully you will. That's halftime. Have a great rest of your Wednesday.
November 9th.